Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on with everybody, man? I hope that everybody is feeling good, feeling good, and all that. So y'all go ahead and hit that like button for me, man. Go ahead and share this so everybody know that we are live and we are in for today, man. I want to get this conversation going. Before I drop the link, man, just a little bit I gotta say, and get everybody's opinion on everything. Just to start off with the Cam Ward thing, I'm jumping right into it. I ain't gonna waste no time. This Cam Ward thing, right? With him not showing up for the bowl, with not playing in the second half of the bowl game. I guess you could kind of say I contradict myself with saying bowl games matter and people should play in bowl games, but I commend him for even going to play, being a top 5 pick, right? You know what I'm saying? Understanding that he's a top 5 pick and the guy really didn't have to play in that game. Whatever went on, but deal went on between him and his coaches, between him and his coach. The problem I got in this is there's a lot of people out there that scream they don't matter. The bowl games don't matter, and he shouldn't even have played. It's like they don't even matter to you. If you feel like a bowl game doesn't matter, then why in the world do you even care that Cam Ward didn't play in the second half? And I believe they do matter. See, because if there's a lot of fans, if you're saying that fans got let down and there's a lot of people upset with the fact that Cam Ward didn't play in this bowl game, then they do matter. And they matter to a lot of people out there. It's just the facts. Like, if you're emotionally, whether you're a fan of Miami or not a fan of Miami, it matters in some capacity to you or to, you know what I mean, anybody else around to even have an input on whether he played the second half or not. I think it's contradictive of saying that. So me saying it, so it works both ways. For a guy like me or anybody that's out there like me that say bowl games should matter, they do matter, and they should matter to players. And for me to be like, okay, at least he had the balls to go out there and play. Some guys don't even want to go out there and play. They're not top 5, guaranteed top 5 picks. And they don't even want to go play. They opt out of these bowl games. They play 12 games and then they opt out one more game. You know, so, and then if that makes me look, it got to make somebody that say, well, bowl games don't matter. You know, and I guess by Cam Ward doing that, I guess he's saying that like it doesn't really matter. But the people who saying that don't matter, but are saying he shouldn't even have played, works both ways with that. You know what I mean? So both sides of the coin, you can say that if I'm contradicting myself with saying that, then it has to be the same way for somebody who say that bowl games don't matter, and that's why they should matter. And that's why it has to, this culture, the college football culture has to go back to making these bowl games matter. They should. And I think that they do to a lot of people out here in the U.S. A lot of college football lovers and people and football fans all across America, I believe it matters to them. Period, point blank. There's a game going on right now, and that's a very good game with Iowa and Missouri. They are battling out right now, and that matters to both fans. It matters, whether you're seeing the backups or not. It matters. They're not meaningless games. I think that it means a lot, and that's just how I feel and how I stand. And we're all gonna have a difference in opinion, and that's the beautiful thing about football. You know what I mean? Because we always all have our difference of opinions, but we all come together and we share those, and that let that be at that. You know what I mean? But that's the beautiful thing. It's a big melting pot of everybody put in there and put together, brings a lot of people together, man, and that matters. But before I drop the link, I just wanted to, you know what I mean, I'm gonna drop the link and then get some people on here, get some different opinions, and get the conversation started with this. But there's a lot more to the bowl records, and I want to talk about the bowl records, like, because They may not matter to you, but there are some people out there, right? But for the people that do believe it, right, and this is why I think they should matter, because right now you're looking at the American Athletic Conference, which is a G5 conference, winning most of their bowl games. The only bowl game that they lost was Tulane versus Florida, the American Athletic. So they're their entire conference is 6-1 right now in bowl games. That's huge. So that's big. The American Athletic is 6-1 total conference in bowl games, sitting at with that whole record. The SEC is 4-3 right now. I don't know if y'all want me to go through all the teams that won it or not, but I'll just start out the record. The Big Ten, and I included the college football playoff, and I did update the teams that are supposed to be in the Pac-12. I did do that too, so I just wanted to let y'all know the Big Ten is 3-2 total with the college football playoff first round wins and losses. The Big 12 is at 4-2 right now, and with their bowl games. The ACC is at 1-8. The ACC only had one. They only won one of their bowl games. Syracuse is the only winner in bowl games season out of the ACC so far. They've lost every game. Besides Syracuse, and I mean they had 9 teams to go, but still, that's a lot of losses. The Mountain West is 1-3. I already said the American Athletic, they're 6-1. The Sun Belt is 3-3. The MAC is 4-2. The Conference USA is 1-3, and the Pac-12 is 1-3. That's Washington State, SC, Colorado, and Cal. SC is the only winner, beating Texas A&M in a bowl game. They're the only winner out of the Pac-12 so far. And we got other teams that, still being other games that still need to be played and whatnot, and what have you there. But these games gotta start meaning something. You know what I mean? Like, I guess so, because I mean, look, it's just, and it's really petty, right? Why I want them to matter, right? Because it's just like, just fits just so it fits the way that I feel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a little spoiled on that. Like, I feel like bowl games should matter, so I want them to start changing that. You know what I mean? But I don't know if it's ever going to happen. It may not happen, and I can't push that to happen. But on this how big this Cam Ward thing is, and how it's spinning in every news cycle on every mainstream media there is, and all through the internet, on fire viral wise, how can a bowl game not matter? You know what I mean? How can they not matter? The way that everybody is taking this Cam Ward thing, they have to matter. Period. There's no way that we're gonna keep sitting here saying these are meaningless games and then blow up this whole Cam Ward situation the way that it has. That it doesn't make sense to me. Like how some of the things I say sometimes to a lot of people don't make sense, and I have to explain that further or whatever how I feel. But you're not going to agree with everything I say, and I don't think you should, because I don't feel like I'm doing my job, or I don't feel like I'm being creative if you are agreeing with what I'm saying, right? I'm not being original, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm just going along with the popular opinion and what everybody wants to say, or everybody, the way that people want you to speak, or that content they want you to put out, right? You know what I'm saying? If I'm being original and you're not agreeing, then I feel vindicated, if you will. I feel like I did something then. Because now once you log off, you're gonna think this motherfucker trucking crazy. He done said this, did that. That's what I'm supposed to do. That means that I did what I was supposed to do. It was original. It was something different that you weren't used to hearing, and that's good enough for me. Now, sometimes we might be agreeing. We might be eye to eye with certain things, and certain things we may not be. But I mean, I get it. He said he played half of the game. He could have finished the game. I'm not okay. I mean, I guess you could say I'm cool with that, because of him being a top 5 pick. Cam Ward is a guaranteed top 5 pick in this draft. Now you go look around college football and look at all the other players who have opted out And that's a lot of work to do. I think I started to do that, but I'm like, man, I'll be sitting here for hours. It'd take a whole day, a long time for me to go through every college football team, get every player, mark every player and where and what round they're supposed to be drafted in to start pointing out players. But then I'll be pointing out players and blaming the players for this. And I kind of don't want to go there to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to throw players under the bus, if you will, with my takes or try to blame them for what they're doing. But everybody's not going to be Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter, and Cam Ward. That's just not what it is. You know, they're not. So you only got 32 picks in the first round. So that's 32 players at best. You know what I mean? Even if you want to say the second round gets a couple million, okay, so what? That we'll take it to 64 players, right? We could even say the first 100 players. There's 134 college football teams and players that will be entering and so many players that'll be entering the NFL draft, right? So we can even say out of the first 100 players, the first 3 rounds, right? Everybody else is going to opt out. You're having the total of players opting out is over 100, is over 3 rounds worth. Is over 3 rounds worth. Everybody's not going to be a first, second round pick in the NFL draft. Some of them will maybe go unrestricted free agents, undrafted rookie free agents. A lot of those guys will do that. And I guess you can understand that. But I think playing in your bowl game could help you. I think I think it will absolutely help you. It says a lot about your character, and that's what leads segue right into kind of talking about Colorado. I guess I'll go back into the Cam Ward situation when more people come back in here. But I wanted to talk about this Colorado loss a little bit. And what's up? What's up with you, Rosecrans? Salute, bro. Salute. So I feel like what Colorado did with that display, it was just it was a horrible fucking display of football out there. Let me just be real. It was. They just got beat in every aspect. But let me first start off before I go into keeping it a buck. Let me say that it was a great season for Colorado. Coach Prime, Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter, and the team over there, the guys over there did a fantastic job with the season. And let me say that first. Let me start off first in saying that, right? Because you lose some people, right? But it was just they just got BTA, man. Belt to ass today and the other day. And shout out to BYU because they came in with a good game plan. They came in ready to play Colorado. I'm hearing all kinds of crazy excuses. They was down there swimming with dolphins and doing this and doing that, and they wasn't focused on the game. It was partying. They took it lightly. They wasn't practicing hard. Like whatever. Like you knew the nation was going to be looking at you. You knew this the whole season. The whole season long, you know the nation's been looking at you. They've been looking to criticize you for every little thing that's been going on. But the game that should matter the most, and it absolutely should, because your starter played the whole game. And I'll get to talking about that a little bit too. But then you lose with Travis Hunter, the Heisman winner. What up? What up, Cliff? Was salute, Cliff, salute. And then you lose to and then with Shador in there. Like that can't happen. That can't happen. You can't let that happen. And then we can't say that, oh well, it didn't mean anything. What up? What up? What up, bro?
What's good? What's good?
Ain't nothing, man. You know, talking about this I just sagged way into this Colorado thing, but the main thing was this Cam Ward situation, bowl
Right,
games not mattering, you know what I mean? But I sagged way into this Colorado thing real quick just to talk
right,
about
right.
that or whatnot. But
Yeah.
how do you feel about this Cam Ward situation and what's going on, man?
Uh, here's my take. If you want the if you want the gumbo of it, the
I
facts
want
of
the
the
real
matter
shit.
is
I want the real shit, the raw shit. You know how we
the
do it.
wrong. The wrong. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
The facts is it's already been going on. So all of a sudden, this young man makes a choice to play in the game with stipulation. It's not like the coaching staff didn't already know his plans. That's one thing. Now, yes, I would hope that he would want to play the entire game, but if he stuck to his guns and he was up front, kudos. But if he didn't, it still don't matter. The thing is, he played, he did what he could do, and part of it is, could he also be a team player and allow someone else that hasn't had a shine?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, we're always saying we want some of the backups to play in these bowl games, and that's great. But when it comes to wanting to win it, they still got to perform and do their part.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think it's a double-edged sword when we come to it, because he could have just opted out altogether.
Right. I feel that too. Yep, I see that.
But the skinny of it. The only reason we're talking about it because he's amongst the top 5 picks of the NFL draft.
There you go.
Let's say, for instance, he's a good player, a real good player, but he's going in the second round. Are we even talking about it?
I don't believe so.
So what's the difference? It's because there's levels to this game, and we want to hold people accountable. But if the Chiefs, who set the boundaries and the game in motion, don't hold anybody, how can we?
That is a great question. That is a great question. I don't see how. I don't see how you can't try to hold somebody accountable for some shit. I don't see how, Cliff. I mean, Bishop. I just don't see how.
No, and that's real, man. Hey, the real thing is, yes, if I'm part of that school, I would want you to be all in, or go ahead and let us celebrate you before we get to the game, but we know who's going to start the game. That's great. That's me being old school. But in this new era, with things as way they are, it's a different type of ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, you got to elevate and understand you can't make it off of, because in my instance, play the whole game.
Yeah.
But understanding, I see why Coach Prime took out that policy on those players that have major draft picks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why is he the first to do that? Why is there the first to hear about something like that being done?
Let's talk about it. Why is Coach Prime the first coach to ever down there, like to really get that? And it was the most recorded in college football history. I seen that pop across the screen. That insurance policy on Shador and Travis was the highest insurance coverage in college football history. It was.
And I know there's been others that thought about it, but thought, that's not necessary. Well, no, if we want them, because understand, in those NIL contracts, they're not even contracts per se, but in those agreements, they don't have any accountability. So you can't hold them to accountability unless it's stipulated. Once you stipulate it, that's a totally different ballgame. But right now, it's not stipulated. But if you do want them to play, then school, be willing to make sure they have insurance, because they are taking a chance to play in a game with their family, which they want to do, but they don't want to lose out on being able to know that you're a top 1 or 2 first 2 rounds draft pick on that type of money. On some player accidentally falling on your leg at the wrong angle.
Right.
The thing is okay, if you want them to play, and see, this is where the NIL is the next level of it. Okay, if you do want to do this contract, then you got to account for, if we should go to a bowl, you get a bonus of $1 million if you play the whole game.
That's a fact.
Now we're saying, heck yeah. But see, some people want to say, no, he already signed his deal. Well, understand, just like the NFL, they are incentive based, and then they got signing bonus.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving toward that direction, so you got to start thinking on that level. It's like, okay, have a signing bonus, and then you have an incentives base.
That's right. That's right. We are moving. Like it's coming. It's
So,
coming. If not next year. Yeah, go ahead.
right, and what if you notice, Coach Prime moves a little different than most. But what he's trying to explain to you, and he's right, it's more of the portal is free agency, and the
Mm-hmm.
NIL game is where you can uh, get those free agents at the top play, but have incentive base with signing bonus,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
that's where we're at. And if we'll be honest, that's where a lot of these top ranked players in college rank. That's what's going on. But what happens if I'm like a D tackle that I got the numbers and whatnot, but I'm just not playing on a level where I get a lot of airtime. But I can hang with the best. I don't
Indeed.
get as much because I'm not in the limelight. Not that I don't have the actual numbers to stand upon, but I'm not in the public eye.
Mm-hmm.
That has to switch.
Yeah, I think that has to switch too. I think I agree with you. I think that has to switch, man. That's why my little crazy dream scenario way of doing it with the bowl game records for your conference, trying to because I don't think if we I think we it's safe to say that we can stop saying power five, group of five. I don't know if it's safe to say that just yet, or we could just go to pause top five, bottom five, because the highest ranked conference winners get put into the college football playoff, right? It's not
Right.
based off a group of five and power five, right? But at some point you got to figure out like who's next year's top five. How are you going to determine the top five conferences for each year in college football? How
Right.
what system fits that? You know what I mean? What system? I came up with one way to do that, but I'm sure there's other ways to get that
Right.
done. You know what I'm saying? To
Right.
determine who's the top five conferences out of the 10 conferences in college football. You
Right.
know, and
Well,
and and
it's great that you came up with that because I just was talking on another friend's show, and I was
mhm,
saying, what if we have the top 12 to 16 teams by the end of the year, instead of having the the team winners get that bye,
mhm.
let's just have just like the basketball
Tournament?
that tournament. Let's just have a tournament,
Okay.
and based on where you end up in that 12 to 16 deal, that's where you end up. And you play the number one, play 16, and vice versa. So
Mm,
now you play your way in.
mhm,
You can set up deals by the time it gets to the quarterfinals or the semifinals. You have designated arenas that you play in, or you can have it straight from the beginning. And then
mhm,
that way, nobody lose out on their money for his bowl games because those can now be bowl games like they currently
mhm.
doing.
Yeah.
But what it does is now we get a true if a Cinderella is going to really win it, they're going to have to play their way in it,
Right.
meaning that you got to earn it. And that's all we're saying is, hey, we love those Cinderella stories because it makes you like, dang, I didn't see that. They broke my whole bracket. But what it does is now everybody that has skin in the game is going to work toward being one of those 12 to 16.
Mm. Okay. I got what you're saying now. Yeah, that's
And then,
that's
then
another
guess
way.
what? Even if I lose the championship game, when that final poll comes out, as long as you guys or whoever's making the decision keeps me in that 12 to 16, I'm in. It's just a matter of seating.
Mm, so like kind of like a play-in. You talking about kind of like a play-in type of
Like a
tournament.
plan, but the whole thing is uh, where we went wrong with this first one is that uh, if you're gonna say strength of schedule is a mandatory, then it can't be strength of schedule until we feel that this team they went 11-1, but their
Mm-hmm.
strength of schedule is 89
Right,
versus someone that went 9-3 and their strength of schedule is 37.
right. Because now if strength of schedule doesn't matter, you're gonna see more of team scheduling Division 1 AA type schools. I mean, really.
Yeah,
If we're coaching a college football team, why would I? You know, I'm a coach. I'm thinking from a coach point of perspective. Why would I risk playing the hot team from the American Athletic or the hot team from the MAC? You know, rather than playing a Division 1 AA team, giving them a couple dollars, helping out their school, making it look like that because that's what the optics of that looks like. I'm helping out this school,
right,
but I'm also getting a win because at the end of the day, all the committee want to see is a win and a loss, right?
right. But see, that's where then the strength of schedule of that school, who have they played, and see
Mhm.
if you truly do that and you do round robin playoffs. Now, whether you win or lose in those championship games, it's still predicated on where you fall within the 12 to 16 because you still were going to fall there whether you got in or out of the
Right.
playoffs. Or this way, uh, Alabama and maybe SC, South Carolina or
Yeah.
Miami would have made it in
Mm-hmm.
because the strength of schedule is what they have set. Once the committee has set something, they need they need to be accountable and hold to that.
That's
Because
right.
what this year their fire test was they had a situation where someone that didn't have a strength of schedule, but they went 11-1
Mm-hmm.
versus a known commodity that i.e.
Yeah.
Big Ten, SEC. You look at their schedule, and if they play five of the people were in the top 15 the entire year, and they played all five opponents, and they fared very well, but you're gonna catch some L's because you're playing top quality because they're not no pushovers. Then it's gonna show reflect in your record.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't. You still made it through to like a 9-3 or a 10-2, but you didn't get in because you didn't go 11-1 and where you fell within the framework, blasey blasey. But then ask yourself that 11-1, i.e., Indiana or somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
their strength of schedule ended up being like 97th, as an example, just hypothetical, and they're 97th. But one of those schools I was mentioning has respectively uh, 37th and 41.
Right.
You can see the discrepancy because it's like either the strength of schedule matter or it doesn't.
Right. Right. I get the yeah, that I get that. That means a lot. I understand what you're coming from with that. Like my thing is too though, Bishop, on like,
Mhm.
you know, is do these games like do it matter or not? Like does it matter or not? Do these games matter or not? Because I mean to me they matter, but to the mainstream, right? They push this all the time. These bowl games don't matter, blah blah blah. But then they dragging my man, and then they do the playoff system wrong. How we talking about? They have
Yeah.
no idea. They have discrepancies with that, and there's no real way to determine. And I don't know. Have you
Okay.
heard my idea, right? You heard my idea when I was
Right, right,
talking.
right. I,
You
I
heard
did.
it,
I did. I did.
right?
Well,
Okay,
check
yeah.
it like
So,
this. Let me pick it back off of what you're saying. They should matter,
Luke
but
Cam,
they
man.
don't matter like they used to. Can that two things can be right? They're not. We're in a different era of the NCAA. It's not the same that myself and others have grown up on, but I can adapt and understand since we're in a new era. Could it just look different and we're not used to it? And it might be, but understand if you have no parameters set,
Mm-hmm.
then this is the best that they can offer within the parameters.
Right. Right. I get that. I mean, I guess I could rock with that and
No,
understand.
I
You know what
know.
I
Hey,
mean?
look. Hey, trust me. I grew up where you were hanging on by a thread to see where. Okay, did we get into the Orange Bowl? Okay, who we playing? And we want to get there, but we all got to understand with this NIL and portal and the whole makeup of everything, the model is constantly changing and evolving.
Right.
And part of that is understanding, okay, if I'm transitioning from NCAA and let's say I have a chance to go in let's say in the 32 teams, I have a greater percentage chance of above 50% to go within the first 32 teams.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, would it behoove me to make sure if I do play in a game to have some type of insurance that's going to pay me that what I could have that I possibly could be losing if something it should happen. Not saying that it will, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And understand, everybody understands a lot of this. They've been wanting since they was knee high to a chickpea, and they want to go to the NFL. If they play for your school, once again, that's good. If we're gonna do this, let's go all the way in and with the NIL, have an incentive base. If you're gonna play for us,
Mm-hmm.
you your signing bonus, you're gonna get so much, but then your incentive, if you hit this gate, if you play in 75% of the game, you get this gate. If you help us win the championship, you get this gate. And if we go to uh, a bowl game, or if we're in the playoffs, then you get this gate.
Right. Right. That's signing with a contract with incentives on it, right? To get
Right,
that
but
done and
right,
protect
but
your players.
it's already ahead of time. Once I know I sign it, I
Mm-hmm.
know that. But you can't make up the rules halfway in between.
Get your players protected. NCAA colleges like that,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Aflac. You know, got to deal with Aflac. Like State Farm. I don't State Farm got a bowl game. Almost
yeah,
every insurance company in America
yeah.
got to kind of tied to a bowl game, if I'm
Right,
not mistaken, right?
right.
Get these deals done. Get these deals done with these insurance companies. Get these players protected
But
that want to go to the NF that has a possibility of going to the NFL and playing a bowl game because it has to matter to America. This game has to matter because this would not be the talk of sports, the talk on
right,
con- in US to today. This is in every magazine. This is in Sports Illustrated, USA Today, The Morning Show, every platform, CNN, every platform has talked about Cam Ward playing half a game in Miami.
yeah,
Every platform's talked about that. Every single
yeah.
platform.
And here's the thing, and you know what? The truth of the matter is, if he wasn't on top and amongst the leaders, he wouldn't even be spoke about. So, with that said, he might be a forerunner to propel the game to make sure that they start thinking
Mm-hmm.
the way Coach Prime was thinking is like, well, if you want them to play, and if that's a concern to him and his family,
Yeah.
then make sure you take care of that.
When
And
I
maybe it should be if they do choose to, this is what we will do to make sure we offset if anything should happen. So
Right.
therefore, when they make the decision, when they opt in, they willing to opt in and play the whole game
Mm-hmm.
because you had thought of them enough to say, "Hey, you make a choice to finish out and play in this ball game. This is what this is part of the incentive. We'll make sure you have this da 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 da. It has to
Yeah.
be in the beginning, so you know everything going into it. So you know when you get to that point, you're not
Mm-hmm.
having to make a decision. The decision is more of, hey, this is, you know,
This is
this is
business.
what I'm gonna do.
This is what it is. We take care of that business. Get it done, and get it done right.
But
Because
yeah, go
I
ahead.
got laughed at when I talked about contracts maybe a year and a half ago, almost 2 years now. When I first talked about contracts that
Yeah,
at that time, I got laughed at. They shouldn't be in college football. No, keep it the way it is. Called crazy, everything
yeah,
else. Like, why not? We're already headed towards that. Immediately when I first seen this transfer portal, the way that it was when it
right.
first happened, and the way that it was going, I'm like, there's no way to get any kind of handle on this if you don't have contracts. If you're not signing contracts with these players or having them sign, these NIL deals and putting incentives on it. That's all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like how you talking about for the bowl games or whatever. Like it can go both ways too. Like it could go for okay, you're signing this, but I'm only going to let you get, you're going to get this amount if you stay at this school for X amount of years, or you know what I mean? At
Yeah,
least
but it
give me
has to
2 years.
when they sign it. It has to
Yeah.
be in the bylaws and the literature that when they sign it, it's spelled out. Otherwise, you can't make up the rules and change the rules to meet your standard. It has to already be there. That's what Business 101 has set us up to do, and any lawyer would share that with you.
Right. Why, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, KMS says he shouldn't have played at all. Injury wasn't on his mind while chasing a record. See, I don't like. I just feel like he had the balls to play, man. He's a top five player, bro. Like that's just how I.
Mhm.
That's what I'm standing on. He was a top five player. He had the balls to go out there and play. I get it. I like that too. You know what I mean? Like maybe he
Yeah,
shouldn't have played, but top five pick playing half of the game. You supposed to give time to your backups, right? You supposed to like that's what they want you to do in these bowl games, right?
right.
They want you to try to give some time to your backup, but then when they don't give the time, when they do give the time to the backup, like what Cam Ward did in his situation, we
Yeah,
complain about this shit. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well,
We complain about the shit, but then like
yeah,
Shador get playing the whole game, and Shador and Travis playing the whole game in a blowout. We people cheering for that shit, but Cam Ward going in, throwing the touchdowns and breaking the record. It's like, and then it's like, if we don't care about the games, then why even talk about the situation? Like,
yeah,
it's kind of crazy to me. Like, you know what I mean? It
yeah.
really is. What up, Alpha Root? What's up with you?
Man, y'all cooking, man. I guess everybody got their little holiday break, boy. People getting they getting their content in back to back to back. What up with y'all boys?
What's good? What's good?
Cooling, man. What's good? What's good with your fam? Like, are you
Man,
trying to?
what y'all on today? What y'all on today? I was just sitting here driving to the store. I said, "Oh man, my boy trucking on. What y'all in today?"
So, I mean, this we on this Cam War situation. We kind of into like, we on this Cam War situation, and it kind of segue into talking about, get having them sign contracts at the beginning of the season when incentives. If we make it to a bowl game, you're going to play the bowl game, the entirety of the bowl game. How many years you want them to stay at the school? Touchdowns, yards, etc. That type of deal. We kind of in that realm, but it's really coming from Cam Ward playing this half a game and trying to come up kind of with a solution so you don't run into this problem again. I think that's where Bishop's at now. Correct me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong, but
yeah.
So I
you
'Cause-
got
know,
I got a quick
okay, go
question.
ahead.
Let's say you're a running back. Okay, let's do Genty. Let's do Genty, right? Genty. Let's say Genty, and let's say they already won the Mountain West Championship. They was already done with that shit, right?
Right,
There was no championship game. They just did it by whoever got the most wins, right? And it's the
right,
last game of the year. Let's say he is 20 yards away from breaking Barry Sanders' record. Would you be
Right.
mad if he played that game, got his 20, and then sat and got ready for the got ready for the conference championship game? I mean, got ready for the playoffs.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't.
Okay, 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 okay,
And I
okay.
stand on the whole playing bowl games matter. But we know he's gonna be a first round pick.
Yeah, no, I was just asking because I understand what you don't want to make it a habit of somebody playing a half, but when you got the chance to break the record, a Division 1 record, that's great. I mean, it's hard to sit that one out, man. It's hard to sit that one out.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Right.
sit that out, man. You
Yeah.
break the record, that's hard. It's just hard to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolute. The truth of the matter is, uh, you know, it wasn't like this was brand new. Everybody know going into the season, this is what could possibly happen because it's been happening before. So it's nothing new. It just so happened the individual that's involved is one of the top 5 picks, and he played a half,
Right.
but they felt like he should play the entire game because they end up losing by 1 point. Would we even be talking about it if they won?
Yeah, yeah, so I mean, I get it. You know what? I get it. I think both sides can be right. Like I've talked about this before.
Right, right,
I
right.
think both sides are justified, and I think both sides also can understand it. Whatever it is, it's just hard. Like even the whole contract thing, that just gets hard. I understand it, and I know we technically can make them say they're professionals because we're paying them, whether it's collective or whether NIL has. But let's say the collectives pay them. I get it. I get it. It's just hard. It's just hard because when you start doing all of that, you start dipping your toe in a whole
I
new
know.
world of college football. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's a totally
the
different
only ones
ballgame.
the only ones that can really change it is if the NFL
Speak up,
deems
Alpha.
them.
Alpha, get closer to your mic. They saying they
I'm sorry.
can't hear you.
Hold on. Let me change what I'm talking. Give me 1 second. Give me one
But
second.
yeah, he's cooking. Hey, we just want to hear you, bro. You cooking, so
Yeah.
go and put that special gumbo out. We ready?
He said
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
they said you got that old nigga mic.
Okay. Okay. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I had to take it off of the headset. So this
Okay.
is the only thing. This is the only thing. If we start getting into that realm and all of that other stuff, I get it. I get it. But the only one that can fix this, you want to know who can fix this, man? If the NFL said, I think missing bowl game hurts your draft stock, then the kids will stop doing it. But since the
Mm.
NFL don't deem that as a big problem, they gonna do it.
Wow.
Mm.
Big salute on that.
Like for
There you
instance,
go.
if your teacher told you all your assignments count, but the last one, if you do good on it, if you got an A, if you do good on it, I'll keep your A. If you do bad on it, you won't lose anything. You don't really even care about that last assignment. But if she told you the last assignment is worth 50% of your credit, 50% of your score, then you're
Mm.
gonna be ready to play it.
That's
It's
a
the
fact.
NFL that's gonna make a difference. It's the NFL that makes that a difference. That's the only people. That's it.
Yeah.
If they give you a minus or a plus for finishing out the season, then kids will finish out the season.
Segueing into what you're saying, piggybacking off of that, and segue into a different conversation. And you're cooking right now, so I want you to go, Alpha. Keep going. You think it hurts your door?
Well, now, hold on, okay. Now, there's a difference between not playing a bowl game and playing bad in a bowl game. So I think it hurts your door. He's still gonna be first round, but I think the shine, he need to get buffed up a little bit more because that shine got a little dull. And the reason why it got dull is because we saw another quarterback that people have been saying that might be the first quarterback 30 minutes before you played. And he's in his first half, he had just as many yards, I think just as many yards as you did the whole game,
Mm-hmm.
and more touchdowns. And his
Ooh, what happened? What
he did
happened,
a lot of
Alpha?
work. Yeah. Can you hear me? My bad, my phone rang. He
Okay.
did a lot of work in one half that took you the whole game to do.
Right. He balled out. He was
That's what I'm
what?
saying. Like, if you're
Damn.
gonna play, Play. Now that's another. If you're gonna play now. Don't go out here looking like some hot garbage. I think Shador nationwide. I don't know if the NFL GMs, if it mattered to them, but I know Shador nationwide, like the public, the perception of Shador has changed in 24 hours to 48 hours since that.
Mm.
And the sad part about it is the last. The first impression is important, but that last impression is important too.
Mm. I mean, he kept getting up. He showed his toughness. You know what I'm saying? He
But
definitely showed his toughness, but
he also shows his stupidity. I can't
mm-hmm.
get mad at you for putting your face in the way and somebody keep hitting it. You keep holding the ball, you're gonna get hit. So yeah, you tough, but stop. Why are you doing that? Put your dukes up. Stop holding on to the ball.
That's a
Stop doing
fact.
that.
So did it hurt? So did it hurt his stock or not?
I think I would have to say I would have to say I would say yes, because now it's a conversation. I don't know if the conversation was as loud before the game. It damn sure feels louder now. You got even media people talking about it.
Mm.
You got the
Mm.
sharps of the world. You got media talking about, are you like, why does he hold the ball so damn long? What are you doing? And we've been saying that. Remember, you remember the video
All
I did?
season.
Do you remember the video I did with why does Shador Sanders get sacked? I literally did
Absolutely.
that from last year.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing. And the thing that bothers me the most about Shador, man, I can sit up here and pick him apart and go in on him, but I'm not going to do that. The thing that
Right.
bothers me the most about, I don't know if it's a Shador thing that bothers me or if it's a Coach Prime thing that bothers me or if it's his quarterback coach that bothers me.
Mm.
I think Shador Sanders, freshman Shador Sanders this year would have threw for 3,500 yards. I think Shador Sanders is just his game is exactly the way it was his freshman year. The only difference is he's more confident.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the same player he was when he first came to college. I don't see a different player. I don't see him throwing checkdowns. I don't see him setting protections for the blocking schemes. I don't see him throwing the hot route when he gets blitzed, when it's an overload blitz. I still see him drifting. I don't see him stepping up in the pocket and delivering the ball on time. I still don't see that. Now, keep in mind, the brother's successful. I'm not shit. I can't throw the ball like that. And there ain't too many people that can. But what I'm saying is, it gets to a certain point is I would hate for him to reach his peak. I would hate for him to come to college and be the exact same player he was when he came to college. That's not fair. The kid got,
Mm.
and you got to show something different than what you've been doing. And if you took Travis, I remember at one point in the game, Colorado had 130 yards of offense. Travis had 102 of it. I said, that's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. So who stock got hurt more from what Cam Ward playing half of the game, showing his ability, being damn near flawless at his ability and playing half of the game, or Shador playing the whole game and it looking bad?
Correct.
Which one is worse?
Playing a half and looking good or playing the whole game and looking bad?
Yeah.
Oh man, playing the whole game and looking bad all day long, that's worse.
Period.
That's worse because
Period.
because this is the thing. This is the thing. Even though Miami lost the game by 1 point, if I'm pretty sure everybody in here would say if um um Cam Ward played that game, they probably win that by 2 to 3 touchdowns. They was on pace for damn near 60 points, bro.
Yeah. They
So
were.
you know, yeah, So I mean, this is all I'm saying. I wish, but the thing is this. So he's still gonna be a first round. Hell, he's gonna be a top 10 draft pick. He's still gonna be that.
Right.
But I want to see. I gotta see some growth in his game. The complaints that we had about last year or at Jackson State in all the bowl games that I watched. I didn't watch Jackson State during the season, but I watched Jackson State in the bowl games, both bowl games. The same habits, the same problems, the same things are occurring. Even he came into the season saying, "I need to learn." I remember on one of the well-offs, he said, Watch me. Y'all gonna see me throw the ball away this year."
Yeah, I
Okay,
do. I
okay.
remember him saying that.
How
I
many
remember.
times? How many times do you remember him throwing the ball away this year?
Very few times.
Okay, very few times, right? Very few times, right? Maybe a handful of times. How many
Maybe
do you remember him getting that he did not need to take?
too many. He took too many sacks that he didn't need to take this year.
And if you a CU fan, it ain't nothing that I'm saying that you do not know. Now you may say, but the boy throw for yards. Yeah, he throw for yards, man. I mean, yeah, he could do that. There's a lot of guys that throw for yards that go into the NFL. We're hoping the kid goes into the NFL and is successful. Just because you throw for a lot of yards does not mean you're gonna be successful in the NFL. For example, all the Hawaiian quarterbacks throw for way more yards than Shador, and they don't do nothing in the NFL because their game doesn't transition to the NFL. That's it. You cannot
Mhm.
hold the ball like that. And especially in situational play, you cannot be if the Pittsburgh Steelers, if you had a quarterback when you get in the red zone, take sacks and get you out of field goal range, you know how many games Pittsburgh Steelers loses if you had a quarterback that does that regularly?
A whole lot.
You're gonna lose a lot of games because the NFL is one possession, two possessions away from a win or loss every damn game. It's 10 to 14, 21 to 17, 32 to 28. Every game is like that in the NFL. Every now and then you get some blowouts, but for the most part, you in the fourth quarter, the other team is gonna get an opportunity to win the game or not.
Hmm. Right.
So
You're
when you
right, man.
dumb possessions or you what they call it, you don't appreciate each possession, you're gonna have a problem. It's hard to coach that, man. It's just hard to coach. It's just hard to coach it.
So if even though he holds the ball, he still know how to make all the throws. His confidence is there. Like
Yeah.
his decision making is there.
Decision making and what are you talking about? What are you talking about? When you say
See, it's hard to say
define
because see, you right. See, you right because if I say decision making, that also goes into the sacks that he's taking, and you know what I mean. So I mean, when he's throwing the ball, he's doing a great, damn good job at it, and he looked damn good. He looked like the best in the country. Why he's doing it? You know what I mean?
but
He looks like.
this is the problem. So I had this conversation with Rawhide yesterday. The problem that I have with his yardage is 60 or 70% of the yards that he gets
Mm-hmm.
from off schedule plays. If you look at the 4 receptions that Travis got, 3 of those receptions was Shador Sanders holding the ball too long and throwing it up to Travis. That's an off schedule play. He did not drop back 3 steps, boom, zip it in there. Or drop back 2 steps, boom. Or drop back play action, boom. That's not what his offense is. That's what you have to do in the NFL because you're not going to be able to sit around there and scramble all goddamn day unless you Michael Vick or Cam Newton. Most quarterbacks cannot sit there and do that all day long, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when I say off schedule, that means okay, yeah, he makes good decisions when he gets out of the pocket. Somebody hit him and went for his ankle. He hurdles that ankle and then he throws it up. But when you talk about how you draw the play up on the board and how it's supposed to go, I like the fact that you threw it to Travis, but the ball was supposed to be in the flat to Wester on the third step. You're supposed to throw that earlier. That ball supposed to be in gone. You shouldn't even been in that situation.
Right.
That's what I'm saying is as long as so what happens in the games that they lose, his play hasn't changed. It's just the other teams make the plays. They end up
That's right.
stacking instead of him
Thank you.
out of the pocket.
See, and see that right there. See, you hit the nail on. You hit it right there, bro. Because you know we sound like haters when we bring up that particular thing, even when they're winning, and we say, "Look at Shador holding the ball." What you mean, Shador held the ball long? He threw for 350 yards. Like he's still doing that, y'all. Like, look what he's doing. Like even when they was winning games, we still come out here. We say that we sound like haters, but see, to the fans or to a super fan, it's not a problem until they lose, and then they want to completely down him. Want to get rid of Pat Schumer. They want to, you know what I mean? This ain't working right. The offensive line coach need to go. The Pat Schumer need to learn how to call the offense. It's like everything, nothing's changed.
So let's
Nothing has changed.
check this out. So check this out. I'm glad you said that. So Shannon Sharp says this all the time. And there's a famous quote that he says religiously, and I believe he said Mike Shanahan told him, "You can't accept something in a win that you wouldn't accept in a loss." So what we won, that was a bad play by you. So what we won, I need better decision making by you. Win or lose, you have to constantly pursue perfection. You got to. You have to, because eventually that's going to bite you in your butt. It's going to bite you in your butt. In too many games, it has bitten them in their butt where he's holding the ball too long. Hell, they shouldn't have lost. I'm not, and I don't hate to bring this game up. I hate to bring it up. They shouldn't have lost to Stanford, man. And those habits, you end up losing games you're not supposed to lose. So why you bullcrapping? There's a couple of games they shouldn't have lost this year. There's a couple of them that if the plays were, if you threw the ball according to the design of the play, yeah, you might not have these big plays, but you prevent these bad plays. And in the NFL, they don't judge you on good plays because everybody makes good plays. There's no quarterback in the NFL that doesn't have big playability. They judge on the bad plays. You can throw for 400 yards, but if you throw 3 interceptions and have 2 fumbles, you've had a horrible game. You could throw for 180 yards, throw for 2 touchdowns, run for 1, and control the game the whole game. Pat Mahomes, for example, against Baltimore, he did not throw for a lot of yards that game in the playoffs. He threw for like 180, 190, but he controlled the game and didn't make mistakes. They judge you off your bad plays, not your good plays. That's how they judge you.
That's a fact. And that makes sense. I don't want to worry about what you do good. I want to look at what you do bad and fix it.
Everybody does something good. Everybody's doing good. These are pros.
That's a fact.
I need to make sure that I don't want to have my eyes closed and my fingers crossed that you don't get a sack when we on the 15-yard line and I need a field goal to go into the half.
So my question to you next, my next question to you, Alpha Root, and everybody out there in the chat, if you want to jump in, I already dropped the link. More of the fam need to definitely come up here. We definitely got the panel going, cracking on, so y'all get y'all ass up on up here and put your input up on it. But like, so if you are NFL GM right now, what quarterback do you want to take first in this upcoming draft? Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders?
I think it's a deeper question, and I think everybody has the wrong question.
Okay, well, so what's the
question?
question?
My question to you is, let's say they should do it. Do I take Shedeur as the number 2 pick and get a lineman for Purdue in the 2nd round, or do I get the number one offensive lineman in the draft and pick a Jackson Dart or Dylan Gabriel in the 2nd round? See, that's where I need to know, is the gap much bigger between quarterbacks or is it much bigger between other positions? You know what I'm saying? Because you got it, when you're trying to create a team, you're not just picking that player because he's the best that's on the board. You're picking to see, okay, if I don't get him, okay, I can miss him, but I got to get this damn defensive tackle. This motherfucker from Michigan, he goddamn, he one of the best we've ever seen. I got to get him, and I'll come back and get me a good quarterback in the 2nd round. That's the thing. It's not just Shedeur or Cam. That's not the question. This is, are they so good that you can overlook all the other shit your team needs? Because believe me, the teams that are picking them got more issues. They got a lot of issues.
So when you look at the Cleveland Browns, I think the Cleveland Browns got okay trenches. I mean, I'm in their division, and they might have like,
they're not getting a quarterback. They are not getting. If they got a quarterback,
if
I was a Cleveland Brown fan, I would scream at the television because there's two reasons.
Okay.
One, you paying a guy so much, even though he restructured it, he's getting so much damn money.
You right about that.
Yeah, and I don't care what y'all say. He might be struggling right now. There's nobody in the draft better than Watson.
Nobody, right? You don't want to go and picking a rookie up over Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you are not getting anybody better than the guy that you already have. Watson is more talented than all of them.
So you got me thinking now. So you got me thinking, and you got everybody out here thinking that's what tuning in Sports with Trucker. You got everybody that's tuned into us right now thinking like, damn, like can they slide? So do you actually think that Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders can slide in the draft?
Why not? I mean, why can't they? Just because they quarterbacks don't mean they have to be 1 and 2.
Mm.
And they're not perfect. They're not perfect quarterbacks.
Mm. And we have seen rookie quarterbacks go into the NFL with the type of talent and not panning out.
But
We
but
have
that
seen that.
but I think that would be I for Shador because I watched Cam Ward. I actually like his game. He gets rid of the ball, but I think for Shador, you know what the perfect team for Shador would be?
What's that?
A team that doesn't force him because he has a lot of things he needs to fix for the NFL, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so if you're a basketball player, you don't work on your jump shot during the season. You work on your jump shot in the off season, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's a
during the
fact.
season, you're gonna shoot the ball how you naturally shoot the ball when you're in the game. There's no way
Mm-hmm.
in hell you're gonna work on your jump shot while the season is going on. It doesn't happen that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't change it. Just like football, the shit that he has to work on, he's not going to work on that shit while the season is going if he has to play. Now, if he could take a year and a half to 2 years to get prepared, then he can fix all the stuff that he needs to fix, and then he can go. But if he has to play and they throw him in the fire, he'll look just like David Carr did for the Houston Texans.
Mm.
Gun shy. That's what fucked
Mm.
Carr up. If Carr would have went to a different team out of Fresno State, he might not have had the career he did. But he had to play, and he couldn't fix the stuff that he needed to work on. He couldn't.
See, I believe in that. I believe in that too. See, I think a lot of these guys should go ahead and get to a right team set for a year or two, and then come out on
But
fire. Do you
but
so?
but everybody, hold up. I'm not saying every quarterback. There are some quarterbacks that run option routes. There's some quarterbacks that set protections. There's some quarterbacks that play in big games. There's some quarterbacks that know how to throw you open instead of waiting until you're open. There's some quarterbacks that know how to play action under center. There are some quarterbacks that come into this thing kind of prepared. I think
Mm.
I think Caleb Williams, even though he's having an okay year, I don't know if it's all on him because I've seen his coaches make some horrible damn decisions. But I've seen the kid play. I've seen a couple of games that this mug was in the game and the coach was the one who messed the game up to lose it. So I've seen enough for him to say, yo, this kid can play. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody's not prepared like that. There are some quarterbacks that's like, not only do I gotta fix my faults, I gotta get comfortable with the NFL game. They don't even know how to set the protection. They're like, no one's ever asked me to do that. They always let the center do that. In the pros, the
Mm-hmm.
quarterback got the right to say, yo, check, 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 check. You see the Peyton Mannings of the world, the CJ Strouds of the world, they'll come up to the line of scrimmage and point to that guy. That's the Mike linebacker. That's the Mike linebacker. Okay, slide the protection left. Shador never does that. He never
Mm.
does that.
So to you, to Alpha Roo, who is the most NFL ready quarterback in college football right now?
To be okay, so who man, you know the guy that I really like, and I've been on this guy. I thought he was gonna win the Heisman, but I watched him play. He makes every throw. He's big as hell. He got a strong ass arm. He plays good ass competition. He runs some pro style stuff because his coach coached in the pros. I'm
Mm-hmm.
honest with you. I think if you can fuck around and get Jackson Dart late second, early third, you got to steal.
You think Jackson Dart is a
I
steal? So you,
like
mm,
Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart has the ability to manage the game as well as win you a couple of games. He
mm,
makes all the throws.
yeah.
He's good. I mean, he's a good ass, and he's going against SEC competition his whole fucking career. No, not his whole fucking career, but the last 2 years. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
The kid is good. I don't have any doubts. Now, I don't like the fact that, yeah, they might have lost some games and they didn't make the playoffs. Okay, boom. Same with Cam Ward. Cam Ward didn't make playoffs. They lost some damn games too. But if you tell me a quarterback that's prepared to get rid of the ball immediately and can win you games, okay, this how I know you're ready for the NFL. Can you win me a game throwing for under 200 yards? Are you good enough to manage the game throwing under 200 yards? Or do you
Mm,
only win games throwing for 400 yards? That's
mm,
when I know if you're good or not. Because in the NFL, you ain't going to throw for no damn 400 yards every game. You're not.
mm-mm,
You're not.
mm-mm.
And
No, you're
Pat
not.
Mahomes, I keep going back to Pat Mahomes because he's that motherfucker. Pat Mahomes doesn't. He can beat you throwing for 400, and he can beat your ass throwing for 180.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the reason for it. Yeah, they might have a good defense, but he wins the game at the end of the game. He like me. I'm gonna just keep us close. Keep me close, guys. It's 14-17. I've thrown for 120. Watch me go on this 60-yard drive to win this game. That's what Pat Mahomes does. He does not have to win the game throwing the damn ball all around the yard.
Right. The Eagles don't either.
So, you know what I'm saying? For Cam Ward and Shador, do you think they have to throw the ball for over 300 yards to win games?
I
haven't seen him
don't.
when he throws for less than 200 yards.
I would have to say, they a lot of pressure was put on them. Cam Ward was, I think he should have used his running backs a lot more this year. So I don't know. That's a good question to ask. I guess if you're looking at the film, I want to say yes. I think Cam Ward can do it. You know what I mean? I think Cam Ward could do it, but he did have two dynamic running backs this year. So yeah, I think Cam can do it. I think Cam Ward could do that.
Okay, so and so even with Shador, I had a stat before last night. Well, so since I know the stats from last night, I can tell you what they are now. Okay, so yeah, boom, here we go. How many touchdowns do you think Shador Sanders has thrown over his career? From Jackson
Over his whole career, just off top. Let me see.
Jackson State to right now.
480, 81, 20. About what's 150? About 150.
He's thrown 134 touchdowns.
Okay, all right.
Guess how many sacks he has had over his career?
Damn, probably about the same. Probably about what, more than half of that.
152. He's been sacked more than he's thrown touchdowns.
Damn.
And for those of you guys that says, well, if he had a running game, it would be different. It's on the coaches. Let me tell you something. At Jackson State, he had 1,000-yard rusher both years, and he still led the country in sacks. Then if you're a person that says, if he had the good O-line, he wouldn't get sacked like that. At Jackson State, he had the best offensive line in all of Black College. He had Division I players at an HBCU blocking for him. And he still led the country in sacks. Some of that shit is just his style of play. It's just a style of play.
Do you think that has to do with his selfishness to keep his completion percentage up?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think some of that stuff might have been at the beginning, but I think now it might be some habits. I just think it might be some habits. Just be honest with you. It just might be habits. Sometimes it's sometimes you do things because of a reason, and then you do it enough, you can't even stop doing it. You can't go back to the right way if you wanted to, because you did it the wrong way so long.
So I guess my question shouldn't have been what one is getting drafted. Like, which one do you take off the board first out of those two?
Oh my God, man. I ain't gonna lie.
No matter which round, you know what I mean, or which one.
I think Cam Ward has better pocket presence, better timing, and a better, like, livelier arm, and he can run the ball, right? But I think Shador, but no, because Cam Ward won a lot of games late, man. He was cool, calm, and collect. I ain't gonna lie, man. I think Cam. I'm gonna just put it out there. I think Cam Ward is the better quarterback, because I've seen them head to head twice. I've seen them when Washington State played Colorado. I left thinking, oh my God, that guy's way better than Shador. And now I watched them back to back this week, and I came away with the same freaking decision. I think Cam Ward's better than Shador. I'm being honest with you.
He goes up there and he knows how to read a defense too. He know how to read. I don't know, but he definitely know how to pre-read that defense real well, man. Get out there, know what receivers to hit right away, what plays, and there was a couple of times where I think he could have checked down to his running back, and I think that'd be easily fixed. And I don't know if, like you said, I don't know if that's a tendency or what, but there's a couple of times I think he should have took his check down, Cam Ward. But that offensive line was overwhelmed over at Miami at times. That was a problem at times, even though.
But I also think when I watch Cam Ward play, he has way more on schedule plays that look right compared to Shador's off schedule plays that look like sandlot football.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of plays that, man, come on, man, you draw it. Like, have you ever seen? Okay. This is a perfect analogy. Have you ever played DB and wide receiver in the park with your friends? Like, man, defend me 1-on-1. Like, just You just playing around with your friends when you were
Of
young.
course. Of
Okay.
course.
If a person runs a post, a slant, then an out like a legit route, you give them props for that, right? You be like, oh, that was a good
Mm-hmm.
route. But if this motherfucker out here going right, left, back, right, left, you're like, that's not even a route. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is Shador, even though he's getting open, running them bullshit routes, that's not how it works, man.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Ward looks like a receiver that runs a good slant or runs a good out and just shakes you and runs a route that you can see. And I see more of that natural. It looks like football instead of, man, don't nobody run an out and up and then come back. Don't nobody do all that stuff.
Mm.
That's a good analogy. That's the best analogy I can give you.
All right. So Travis Hunter definitely coming off the board
Oh
before
yeah,
Shador.
Travis is that dude. I wonder where he's gonna go. Travis is that dude. I ain't know the question about Travis. It is now there is only one question. My only question is I think he's the best football player, but I don't. Me personally, from what I've seen, he's not the best DB in the country, and he's not the best wide receiver in the country. So the question to me that I've always had is, if I'm a team and I need a wide receiver, am I willing to pass up on the number one wide receiver for the best football player? Or am I willing to pass up on the number one DB for the best football player? I don't know. If I need a DB, why wouldn't I get the top DB in the country?
Here go him. Him is up here with us. What up, him? What's going on?
Him, get
Yeah.
a crack. What's up with you, boy?
What's up? What's up? I'm just listening to y'all, man. I'm just trying to catch up on what y'all really actually talking.
We in here just cooking. We just kind of talking about like things get a little different now that the college football season's over with, and Trucking kind of want to talk about some draft stuff and what they look for and what just like I was just saying. I think Travis is that dude. I'm just trying to figure out how GMs look at him. If they look at him as a wide receiver and that's where they want to play him at, would
Mm-hmm.
a team pick the number one wide receiver or would they pick Travis?
See, it's basic. It depends on what team, because some teams need them to play both. Some
Well,
teams need them to play just wide receiver. Some teams need them just to play cornerback. You know what I'm saying?
so this is my question to you. Do you honestly think? And you know what? He might break the mold because we didn't really see. We saw it before in college, but we didn't see it at that level, that many snaps. Do you think any team in the NFL, is picking him to play high possessions both?
Oh, of course, yes, for
Wow,
sure, for
wow.
sure. You know why? Because what most people don't really understand is that the shape of an athlete. That's what a lot of people overlook with LeBron when he was coming in. They didn't know what type of athlete and how his body was going to hold up. Look at a player like Zion Williamson, just as powerful, just as dynamic, but his health wise and his body wise. Even Derrick Rose, athletic, powerful, muscle monster, but his health wise. See, health wise with Travis Hunter, you got to understand he get hit and hit. He doing all that on top of playing all the plays, on top of being good at those plays.
Can I
You
can I
understand what I'm saying?
can I give you another way to look at it? I think you're looking at it from the physical standpoint. I'm not looking at it like that.
Of course I am. You know why?
Okay.
Because I'm looking at it in that standpoint because just say for instance like Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jaden Daniels translated to the NFL pretty well, right? And he ain't that big of a guy. And he's playing quarterback.
Okay. Right. Correct.
Now watch this. Not only Jaden Daniels, look at Justin Jefferson. He ain't that big of a receiver. He translated to the NFL real well.
Right. I
You
got you.
understand
Okay.
what I'm saying?
So let's take the physical out of it. So because nobody really knows, let's just take the physical out of it. Would you agree that the NFL playbook defensively and
Mm-hmm.
offensively for any rookie is difficult even if you play one side?
No, because
Whoa.
no. Yes, but no, because in Travis Hunter argument, he's been coached by one of the best to ever do that.
Mm-hmm.
So on top of the off the field, you got to add off the field with that too. He's also one of the smartest players on the team as well.
I no,
You
brother.
understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you. This is what I'm saying. I'm with you. Deion Sanders has coached him on his technique, but what I promise you, my brother, the playbook, the checks from the offensive side to option routes to the plays to the scouting report for this particular week, it's very difficult to be in both rooms and be effective.
But
Have you ever
watch
heard
this.
the phrase? Have you ever
Hold
heard
on, hold on, hold on. You left something out
one?
on
Just give,
top.
I'll let you get it. I'll let you get it. Have you ever heard the phrase? I'd rather be a specialist than a generalist. What I don't want Travis Hunter to do is become a generalist, meaning he's good at both when he can be a Hall of Famer at one. That's my concern.
But he
That's
taught
my
about the best because what I was trying to say, you left some out. Not only Dion was reading offensive playbooks, defensive playbooks, he was also reading film on pitchers trying to hit a fastball too. So when you're talking about a guy who get the study acts like Dion said in the interview the other day, it's a picture of his clothes laying on the floor for the 49ers. But if you look at the picture closely, he's sitting in the chair watching film on a little TV. He's taught by somebody who not only was good at the game, but studied the game. You understand what I'm saying? So you put that with the skill set, and you got the Heisman Trophy candidate. You got the Heisman Trophy winner and the number one overall pick.
I got you, bro. I just want you. All I want you to think about is Travis Hunter's success will not be from his physical. It will be, does he have enough time in the week to get the game plan and to get the playbook to practice enough to
You put too much thought into it,
that's
bro.
all
He number one, he ain't going both ways. He not going both
Wait.
ways in the NFL.
Hold on. Just let me get this out.
Hold on, hey, y'all. Oh, hold up, y'all. Look, we had everybody go one at a time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's what it is. It was going smooth. Let him cook. Let him cook. Let Cliff. What up, Cliff? I want to hear
What's
from
going
Cliff.
on?
I ain't even know Cliff came here. What up, Cliff? Oh, for sure, man. I'm
What's going on?
listening to everybody cook. I ain't watching the phone. My bad.
You
Yeah.
know, I mean, I like the thought of it, but we all have to be realistic. That's not going to happen.
Cliff,
Happen on that level. Let me finish. It's not going to happen on that level. Number one, physicality. You can't take physicality out of it. And it's so much different physicality when you playing cornerback defense, when you have to stop the run, you have to guard these receivers. And true indeed, yeah, you got some thin receivers, but you got some that are very physical and very strong. And then turn around without a break. And I'm not saying he's not a well-conditioned athlete, but turn around and then have to block and run routes at the pro level. I understand everybody wants an anomaly, and it's good. I love the positive to try to get him to do it. But one thing these NFL owners are not gonna do, and we have to understand this. A lot of these NFL owners have been around this game for 40 or more years. They're stuck in their ways.
You're getting off a topic, brother.
I'm just giving it to you to why he's not going to play full time both ways like he did in college. He'll have packages.
No. That's a fact. This question wasn't is he. He was asking me can he, and I was telling him based on what we saw from him and the past draft picks. Now y'all got to walk with me. Sauce Gardner transferred to translate to the league pretty good. Jefferson Jefferson did. Even the rookie from the Giants, Malik Neighbors, looking real good in the NFL. I know people want the pro game to be so strong, physical, and real good, but you got these players that's coming out of college dominating the league. Jaden Daniels took a Washington team with really no talent, dominating the league right now. So when the way that you're looking at it, I agree with you as far as how the game been going. But what I'm telling you is, we have never seen a player, never, not Charles Wilson, Champ Bailey, nobody who played the game they might was good defensively, but nobody was good. Nobody was this good offensively like Travis.
Yeah, look, I get you to piggyback off what you're saying right now, I feel you on that, right? But one thing, and this goes to say that what Al Farouk was talking about a little bit, right? They're focused on one position, not two positions, and not everything. And I heard you mention off the field stuff, and I wouldn't have brought this up, but you said off the field stuff, right? And a little bit of off the field stuff you got cooking. You know what I'm saying? So, they focused on one side of the ball. He has to play both sides of the ball, and this is an NFL playbook, not a college playbook where you can go out there and improvise your routes at receiver. You know what I'm saying? And not and kind of freestyle your way on defense. You know, this is where you got to be, and it's very complex. The playbooks are totally different. The calls, the schemes, and stuff, so
That's a
forth.
fact. That's a
So
fact.
and they're focused on one way, and that's why they're able to do that. And I think that's where Alfred was getting into, saying that Travis Hunter could be okay, and you know what I mean, he'll be okay or average or maybe above average, you know, going both ways on the field in the NFL. But if he locks down and focus on one side of the ball in the NFL, Travis Hunter will be an elite. You get what I'm saying? He will be one of those guys, Jaden Daniels, Justin Jefferson, Sauce Gardner type of guys, if he's locked into one position. But when you're trying to go both ways, there's a lot that goes into that. Does Travis Hunter really have the mental capacity and everything in his life in order to do that? You know what I'm saying? And I
See,
think
wait, that's what I'm saying. You're saying that based off
Mhm.
when I said off field, I didn't mean his girl. What
No,
I'm
no.
saying is,
Well,
hold
I
on, hold
mean,
on, hold on, hold on. Let me
go
land so
ahead,
you can
go
listen
ahead,
to what
man.
I'm
Go
saying.
ahead, go ahead,
What
go
I'm
ahead.
saying when I say off the field, I mean he's one of the smartest players on the team.
Hmm.
He manages money very well. You would never know that he's one of the richest players on the team and paying NILs.
Hmm.
This is the type of stuff that matters with athletes like this. We're not talking about a troublemaker. We're not questioning his character. We're not
Hmm.
questioning anything when it comes to Travis Hunter.
Right, right.
Honestly,
No, we're not.
as you can see against BYU the other day, with all that playing on his mind, the only bright spot was Travis Hunter in that game. Correct.
That's a fact.
So
That's a
what I'm
fact.
saying is that sometimes people get so thoughtful and a lot of stuff and don't think about the skill that the player really have. We
No,
might be seeing
he-
some skillful like LeBron James. I remember I'm old enough to remember when LeBron first came in. It was a lot of people doubting this kid,
and he
saying that
was.
he wasn't gonna be that good for that long. He wasn't gonna be nowhere. He wasn't gonna take Cleveland to where he took him. I remember all of that. I'm old enough to remember that. So sometimes people just gotta fall back and say, yes, it's never been done before at the college level, he just done something nobody ever seen before, and people still question him. He won the Heisman, bro.
I
He
think.
won
I
the
think.
Heisman.
I just
Look,
my
yeah,
whole
go
thing
ahead,
into
sir.
it is, if he chooses defense, of course he's going to have packages on offense. That's just that's just common sense. If he chooses offense, I think that he will play some defense also.
Yeah, they'll put up some packages, right? Right.
Based on the
My
team he go to.
my I mean, regardless to what team he go to, he's not gonna play snaps like that in the NFL. That's
So
my
so so
only
say if you go to
that's my
Jacksonville,
only
right?
thing.
Say if you go
I,
to Jacksonville, right? Hold on, wait. Say if you go to Jacksonville, they got Brian Thomas Jr., a bright spot receiver. You can't tell me he can't start on defense. He's not going to be the number one option on offense. You can't. You telling me he can't start on defense and start on offense with Brian Thomas playing receiver on the other side?
okay, when you say start, see, this is my thing. We got to understand when people are out here listening to us. When we say start and play both sides like he's playing in college,
Yes.
there has to be a difference. Yes, he can start. He can start off the game on offense, but we still saying, okay, 25% of the plays on offense, not 100% plays on offense and 100% plays on defense.
That's a
Hmm.
fact. But have you ever played sports? Anybody in this room, have y'all played football in the
Yeah,
physical game?
yeah.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
so y'all will agree that cornerback and receiver is pretty much the easiest position on the field where you pretty much don't have no contact. If you ain't getting no balls thrown your way, you're not getting tackled. And if they're not throwing your way, you're not tackling. So
Uh,
you're telling me if he ain't in shape just to run around pretty much, you acting like he a running back getting hit every play. Most series, he's not even getting tackled. You got to think about the position that he's playing now
I
too.
but
understand that, but
yeah, yeah.
see, this is my thing about the game. It's a different. Number one, it's a different level, and yeah, college. We know it's athletes. Everybody in the NFL is top notch. This is something, it goes deeper than him wanting to do it, because you have someone signing his check. That's their investment. You can't just go in and tell your owner what it is you're going to do. And
Sometimes
that's
you can
basically
if you're that good. You can.
I hear you, but no, these owners, no, you cannot. And I don't know why people keep thinking that the times have changed. Yeah, we are in player friendly leagues, but the NFL is not that player friendly like that. If
It's
he's
not
going
the
to,
NBA.
If he tell Robert Kraft, I don't want to play for the Patriots unless I'm playing both ways. You think Robert Kraft gonna tell him I'm not drafting you?
you damn right. Robert Kraft may be like,
Oh
"Are you
no,
not the one for me?" I mean,
that's not
see,
true. That's not
y'all
true.
think these kids got cachet like
Well,
that, dog? He
No,
can
no, no,
find him a corner, or he can find him a receiver.
no, no,
Number
no.
one, he's not the number one. He's the number one player in college. He's not the number one position player that's coming out of college. Well, DB, we don't know because people didn't throw to him.
He's an
To
all.
me,
No matter how
as
you feel
far as a
about him,
receiver,
he's an all American at those
uh,
positions.
uh,
No
to,
matter how
to,
you feel about
to me,
him.
I've seen him play at receiver. He's pretty good at receiver, but he needs to work on some things at receiver, because number one, when you get to the pro level, you have to be able to run the route tree. And he's not as polished as running every route in the route tree. So that plays a big difference too. And even Shannon touched on that.
and you can and there's going to be a lot of stronger DBs too in college, and I mean in the NFL than college too. So getting off the line, and I'm not saying that he's not working for that, and because Travis Hunter's a hell of an athlete, he's a hell of an athlete. Don't Nobody's saying that Travis Hunter's not a good athlete. We're not saying we're not saying that. We're just saying the NFL poses challenges that college is not posing, right? And when you mentioned LeBron came from high school going into a grown man ass league. You know what I mean? He didn't go to college, you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here or there. But Travis Hunter's a beast, man. And I'm not saying that he's not, but it's going to be extremely hard for him to go and tell them exactly what he wants to do, where he wants to do it at, and for him to be super successful like he is in college right now and in the NFL, man. The bump and run coverage is going to be different. You're going to be strong ass receivers, and in the NFL, you can't just be a receiver that could run routes and can't block. You got to be able to block too in the NFL. You got to
That's
be able
not
to block
true.
somebody.
That's not true. Y'all thinking about the '90s? The game have
Nah,
changed.
like even
No,
like the thing,
it's still the same. You got to be able to block as a
like,
receiver.
yeah, man.
That hasn't changed.
Hey, man, you got to be able to
This,
block,
this,
man. You know what I'm
this
saying?
is not the NFL. Ain't five receivers and we throwing it all over the field. You got Saquon just rushed for 2,000.
Right, like you
You
got it
you
right. The
you
Eagles
you
receivers block.
you. You got a lot of backs this year that's out here doing some things. The NFL, you run the ball. If you don't run the ball, you're gonna get fired.
You got to block, and he's all right. He's a decent blocker. I ain't saying that he ain't a decent blocker, but it's tough. That's the he gonna get it's a challenge for the NFL. Do I know he could do it? I don't know. I don't know if Travis Hunter could do it. You know what I'm saying? Do I believe he could do it? The way that I see him play, all right, yeah, probably, he can get off in one of them aspects in the game. But it's like how Cliff said though, to him, like he's not leading either category. He's not leading either category at being the best receiver or
And,
being the best
and
DB.
we have to take into this, and I
Yeah,
understand. Yes, he has great cardio. That man can go all day. But this is
right.
the thing: you have to look at Travis's stature also. Travis is not gonna come in and put on an extra 25 pounds. He's not built that way. That's just not him. His stature is slender, and we do have a lot of slender athletes. Look at Devontae Smith for the Eagles. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And
Mm-hmm.
some of these hits that he's gonna take as a receiver, and some of these hits that he's gonna take when those linemen are pulling, to block corners will take an effect during games if you're playing both ways. And believe me, I would love to see it. First, I mean, I'm not making it racial, but first, a black athlete to play both ways, Iron Man football. Oh, I would go crazy.
That's tough. Because you got.
But the thing about it is, this owner that's cutting you checks, that's about to pay you 70 million in your bank account quick, and then over 15 million a year, you're his investment. And one thing these owners are not going to do is put you in harm's way to mess up their investment.
There you go.
Because number one, Travis going anywhere is already he's going to be the reason why they're starting to sell tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to put that in harm's way at all. Regardless to what he wants to do, they will sit down and let him know, you are our investment. Now, we will have packages for you and things of that nature. If he chooses strictly defense, if he gets drafted as a DB, don't think you won't see him on the offensive side.
Because he will.
And you will see some electric plays, just like with Dion.
You will. He's a damn good player, man. He's
a
damn good player.
So, things like that, people don't understand. Champ Bailey, I can tell people, Champ Bailey was another Travis Hunter, but back in the day, they didn't believe in doing that like that. They only gave him even packages in college. Champ Bailey was a hell of a receiver and a hell of a DB. It's just... that's just the nature of the business and shit trucking. We have to be honest with ourselves. I know we want to do this, and sometimes we want to see anomalies, which is good. But we have to be real and understand, man, it goes higher and deeper than.
Okay. Because it sounds like you're a little personal too. But let me break some down.
No, I ain't personal. I'm just telling the truth.
Let me break some down because what I'm speaking from is how players had in these past years that was great in college has been pretty good in the NFL in a short amount of time. So what I'm saying is
he can do it.
Wait, hold on. What I'm saying, what if the skill level at the pro level what you thinking it was?
Your mic muffled, dog.
Huh?
Okay, you better now. That's better now.
Okay, what I'm saying is, what if the skill level at the pro level is not what you think it is? Because if we seen players like Sauce Gardner, we seen players like I'm in Houston. The cornerback safety from USC wasn't even that good of a DB in college. He's dominant. He got 5 to 10 interceptions. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that I think we're putting too much emphasis on how good the lead is and not giving enough credit to how good these players coming out of college are. Hold on. You could for about 10 minutes. Hold on. Because I say that to say this. When you have a player like Travis Hunter, it's not as like, I remember Peppers from Michigan. He tried to do it. Miles Jack, UCLA. Yeah. Those were good players, but they wasn't as skillful as Travis Hunter is. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
But we don't know because nobody never really got the opportunity to play like how Travis Hunter's allowed to play. Deion Sanders is allowing him to play like that and allowing that to happen. Nobody has actually allowed one of their players to do that. Now he's a very good player, and I'm not saying that Travis Hunter won't go in the NFL and ball out. I'm not saying that, but playing 150 snaps, playing 75 snaps on offense and 75 snaps on defense in the league,
no. Unless they run every play and he tackling. He can definitely.
No, it doesn't have. See, everybody think it's always contact. It's always got to be tackling. It's more to that. And I keep telling people, yes, we have great. Listen, listen, everybody in the NFL is great. Everyone.
Everyone don't
Travis,
win half of it though.
Travis is not he, as good as he is. He has a chance to try to be the greatest player, but him coming in, he's not the greatest player in the league.
How can you say that he's the number one
You
overall
know,
pick?
So you telling me he's better than Justin Jefferson right now? No, he
No, I'm saying
isn't.
no. I'm saying in this draft, he's the best player coming out of
I,
college.
oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
understand that. That's what
Yeah, he's
I'm
the
under.
best player.
I know that. But what I'm saying is, you're coming into a league where everyone is elite.
Man, that's why
Everyone. You
that's why I disagree right there.
no, you
You're
can't
saying that
disagree. Everyone is
no, wait. The
elite.
reason why I disagree with that is because we have seen players come in and dominate this league. So it
He
might not
has.
be that elite. That's what
You know
I'm
What
what?
you
saying.
He
mean?
has. He
Everybody has dominated at a different position.
you
No.
see
What I'm
that?
saying, no. What I'm saying is that you remember, if you sound like you're a little older, back then it took rookies 3 to 4 years before they just popped. Correct
Yeah,
or not correct?
yeah.
So
They
what
was
I'm
way at a
saying,
time.
wait, hold on, stay with me. So what I'm saying is that now you got players coming in first, second year, Justin Jefferson leading the lead in receiving. You got Sauce Gardner go making the All Pro as a rookie cornerback. You got players like Malik Neighbors putting up 200-yard receiving. Like they're dominating when they first get in. It's not even the weight. Remember, they used to say they have to get in the weight program and get strong and not. That
Mm-hmm.
don't matter no more. If you're
But see,
skillful at the college level, most likely you're going to be
Yeah, because
skillful in the
the rules
NFL.
have changed. The rules have
right.
changed a
That's
lot.
what I'm saying.
The
You
rules
got
have
freedom
changed
of
a lot.
movement now. It
I
ain't even
mean,
the same game.
the rules
I'm
have changed
talking
a lot.
about
That's my whole
skill. I'm
thing.
only talking about
But
skill. I'm not talking about
I
the
that.
mean,
skill wise, yeah,
but
he has the skill wise to go into the
But
NFL.
I,
Yeah, great.
I hear you with skill, but you've had receivers come in as rookies and dominate back in the day. You've had quarterbacks that come in as rookies. It's not been that much that have come in and have held their own. Offensive linemen, defensive players have come in as rookies and dominated. So it has nothing to do with today, even with the rules being different. My whole thing is this. Yeah, rules are different. When you allow free movement over the middle, when you weren't allowed, when a mother was allowed to hit you in your rib every time.
You sound like a hater, Cliff.
I
And
know.
that's what I'm saying. The
I mean,
game is not even as physical as it was.
I'm just being real when it was like that. Now, yes, it's a little soft, but regardless to that,
You don't
that
think it helped his case that it's
that
a little softer? You
that
still disagree that it don't help his case that the lead is way
no,
softer than this.
because playing them amount of snaps, you're still gonna get hit,
That's
regardless
not
if it's
true,
not on
Cliff.
every
Cliff.
play.
That's why I say it's so personal.
Come
Because
on,
that's not
man.
true.
Y'all, man.
That's not true.
Yeah,
Cliff.
Ah,
Cliff.
it
He
is
knows
what
that's
it
not
is,
true.
man.
no,
It is what
Cliff and him. Look, like it's crazy because Cliff is speaking truth, but like he's speaking truth, and in a way.
Uh,
But listen, bro, it's his opinion on the NFL. He watches the NFL. He's been around for
but what
years
I'm talking
watching the
about is
same
not
game, bro.
opinionated. I'm talking
And
about factual
but
information.
but
I'm
it
not
is
talking
facts.
huh?
They're dominating it, and what he's saying is facts too. He's seen people go in there in the
No,
physical
what
nature of
he's
football.
saying Travis Hunter is not a good walk runner and he's not as polished. He won a Bolitnikov, bro. Somebody said he's a good receiver. I know you disagree, but
I know.
No,
I
he
didn't say
won
he
hey,
wasn't
the
a
I
good
disagree
receiver.
with
That
it.
has no, a Bolitnikoff award has nothing to do when you get to the next level
Who?
as being polished
That's
running
not
routes.
Hold
true.
up,
That's not
hold
true.
up,
You
hold
don't
on,
get
hold
that
on.
award for being
I can't
good.
I can't do this, man. I
You
can't do
sound
this.
like
You don't
haters.
get
You
that
sound like
Can't
a
award
do
for
hater.
that,
being
man.
You sound
half-ass
like
good.
I sound like
I
a
can't
hater,
do
bro. Trying to make me sound like a hater, man. You trying to make me
No,
sound
no,
like
no,
a
no.
hater, bro.
What I'm
Listen,
saying is
he won
that
the
when
Bolitnikoff.
you
We
have a
can't win
sports
that.
conversation, a sports debate, if a player is winning these awards and doing, no matter how you feel about them, that
We
is
know
what it
this is
is.
a damn beauty pageant, though. You know they ain't had nothing to do with being. Was
Uh,
he truly the best receiver in college football?
yeah,
Like keep it
he
a buck.
was. Wait. We just saw it against BYU. Did you not see that?
What the
Did you not
improvise?
see? Wait.
I seen what he did.
If you put the players that was up against that in that award, for the dude from Nash, from some of the one of the small schools, and the other
What
dude,
San Jose State?
you think they can do that against BYU?
I don't
All I'm
think.
Hell
saying,
I
no.
don't know if Nick Nash can
all
do
I'm
it against
saying is this,
anybody or not.
trucking.
Listen, hold on, though, Cliff. Hold on, him. Who did Nick Nash have him throwing the ball? What's his name?
Oh, I don't know that.
Exactly my point.
But we also know that Colorado have one of the worst offensive line in college football too.
And he got a G5 offensive line.
All I'm gonna say is this:
who his quarterback is Travis Hunter had Shador Sanders throwing him the ball.
But Travis Hunter been doing this his whole career though. Without Shador.
I'm not taking them away from him, but I sound like a hater. I sound like a hater right now only because he had, and then the competition wise, as far as receiver, who did he line up against every week to solidify that he was just shutting down?
That's what I'm saying. You're making my point. Nash didn't line up against nobody. So how can you even put him in that same category?
No, but see, hold on. The reason why I'm saying that is because y'all say that about Travis Hunter, but then you'll discredit Nick Nash. You give Travis Hunter props for going against some G5 cornerbacks, but then discredit motherfucking Nick Nash for the same shit.
It was some good Big 12 defensive cornerbacks. It wasn't all of them.
It's G5 is G5, dog.
Yeah, but the Kansas cornerbacks and whoever San Jose cornerbacks are not the same.
How many times did he line up against them though? Because San Jose State, I believe they played some decent teams this year. I don't know their whole schedule off top.
Yeah, but they didn't play Big 12 Kansas State schools like that. They didn't play that. And then, I'm not even finna get too that deep into you, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Kobe Bryant was the best. He was one of the best corners in college football.
Kobe Bryant, Arizona had one. I think Kansas State had a good corner.
I'm not saying that he can't do it, but it wasn't a test.
My point is, some corners in the Big 12 that go to
your mic, bro. Your mic went out again.
Over there, it's missed my point.
What's up? Go ahead.
I say it's some corners in the Big 12 that'll get drafted before cornerbacks in that wherever he was at will get drafted.
In Mountain West, probably so. I ain't saying that it won't, but we can't.
But what I'm trying to say is that based on how players are translating to the league in this day and age, y'all might be correct. But what I'm saying, based on how I'm seeing it right now, I don't think the NFL is as dominant and powerful as people think.
It's whack. It's watered down. The NFL is a lot.
That's why I think he can play both sides because it's watered down.
What teams do you think he can play both sides on?
On the Patriots for sure. The Patriots for sure. The Patriots for sure. They don't have a number one receiver at all.
Okay, so they draft him as a receiver and he plays defense. He plays
defense with Christian. Gonzalez. He went to Colorado too, but he transferred to Oregon. He one of the best young corners in the league. Patriots. Now you got two corners. You understand what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to play him as much on the number one receiver as corner because you got another corner over there.
Well, and that's all we're saying though, bro. And that's where we're getting at, bro. He gonna play both ways, but it ain't gonna be 100% snaps both ways.
No, I said he would play that. He's not playing the number one receiver as much as he would if he is on another team.
So let me revise my question. So what teams does Travis Hunter go to and play 100% of the snaps both ways?
The Patriots, the Giants, the Jacksonville Jaguars for sure. Those three for sure. And the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. And the Panthers too. You think he can go both 100% of the snaps on both teams? And who they playing against?
If you notice, all the teams I named on one of the sides got one number one player. See, that's what you got to listen. The Patriots got Gonzalez on D. The Giants got Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors a receiver. He's not going to be the number one receiver. The Jacksonville got is it Christian Kirkley, and they got somebody else. Calvin Ridley. They got somebody over there. Jacksonville Jaguars. They got some pieces, so he ain't gonna be the number one option on receiver. Oh, they got Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU. He the number one receiver.
So who do we play? So the teams that he's playing against, the teams that he's gonna be playing against in those divisions, the AFC East ain't no cupcake ass walk, even though they records be ass. But them boys be out there balling, so he gonna be able to. So Sauce Gardner gonna guard him, and maybe Sauce Gardner or somebody gonna guard him, and then he's gonna go out there and Sauce Gardner running, and then who's on defense? Then he got to line up. Then he got
against
to line up.
Devontae Adams.
You know what I'm saying?
No. If he's not the number one receiver, Gonzalez gonna hold out.
Or even Garrett Wilson. He got to guard Garrett Wilson or Devontae Adams after he just got finished guarded by Sauce Gardner.
See, there it goes right there. That's not how the NFL works. And everybody think the number one corner always guards the number one receiver. That's not true.
You can travel.
It's not true. So
if you're a man lockdown corner, you can't travel. That is true.
Right, exactly. You might play slot. You know what I'm saying? You may play slot corner. You may be on the other receiver, and your partner may be on somebody. I'm just saying, man. Regardless to the team, regardless to you not being primary, and this and this and that, has really nothing to do with it.
And these grown ass men is out there to get paid. They is not about to be letting him do that shit. That's all I'm saying.
Man, I mean, it's not. I understand that Travis is great, and everybody went crazy on how Travis is, and yes, he is. I give the boy his credit. The boy is amazing, but when you get to this next level, it's totally different.
Totally different.
Well, Malik Neighbors can say different. He's dominating. Hold on. Malik and Neighbors have nothing on his team. Everybody knows when they throw in the ball 9 times out of 10, it's going to number one. He's still dominating the league.
That man can't stay healthy. He ain't dominating like that.
Listen, Al-Farouk said, fuck all that. What we talking about? Al-Farouk said, guys, fuck all that. What y'all talking about? It's the playbook and the weekly scout report. He has to memorize and practice daily on both sides of the ball. Plus, he got to keep up with Leverman. Let me add that up in there. Plus, he got to keep, you know what I'm saying? But damn,
right.
Come on, bro.
Exactly.
But who are y'all to say that he can't do that? Is what I'm saying.
We're not saying that he can't do that. We're just saying it's a lot to do, bro. It's a lot, bro. You got to go.
It probably seemed like a lot for us, but for him, he's a smart student, a smart college student. Might not be that much. That's like you. So you mean to tell me if you're in college and you're one of the best grade-wise students, you ain't memorizing stuff from 4 different classes? Come on, man.
I'm not saying that he can't do it.
It's just football and stuff.
Listen, bro. We're not saying Travis Hunter can't do it. He can't be good in the league. We're not saying that. And see. That's the difference. You making me sound like that's what I'm saying.
No, Truckin', you know what? Everybody want to make it seem like we know he's good. He's not Superman.
You know what I mean?
What are you saying,
he's not that. What are you saying?
It's going to be tough. What I'm saying is Travis Hunter is if they draft him as a wide receiver, he's going to be a wide receiver. He's going to play defense. He's going to play cornerback. Some whatever, he'll get some what am I looking for, some plays, or they draft him as a defensive back and then he'll go in on some packages on offense. He's not playing 100% of the snaps both sides of the ball. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's not even bro, if he does, it's amazing, and I'll come out and I'll say, God damn it. He's an anomaly. I had no problems with doing that before, bro.
You know the same thing. They said LeBron was going to be able to dominate the league for 22 years.
He can't dominate it for 22 years either. Stop that. LeBron still is not the best player right now, and ain't been the best player for the long.
Hold on.
I don't even want to get into that. I don't even want to get into that. I'm straight. I don't even want to get into that. I just have to say my piece on that.
Yeah, because you sound like a LeBron hater when you said that.
No, and see, you one of them LeBron nights. I see it, but hey, a lot of us tell the truth. That dude is not.
Y'all know one thing about him when it comes down to sports.
Number one, he don't have no handles. That dude don't have no handles. He can't really shoot jumpers. God damn it! He has one move. He don't even have a go-to move.
Hold on. Let's not turn this in. We talking about college football, y'all. Basketball, all that, man.
Right. When we're talking about sports, I go off factual information, stats. I don't go off personal feelings, bro. I don't do that.
I don't go
I
on
don't do
personal
that.
feeling because stats don't mean nothing. I look at how the person plays.
Someone,
I look at how a person plays. I don't go on
if you sit
stats
up here and say
because
someone
stats
who
are
averaged
inflated.
25
Y'all.
No, I'm good, trucking. I'm good. I ain't about to go back and forth on every product.
Where's the stat support? Where's the stat support? He can do both ways. What he's been doing all year in college football. That's what we going off college
the
football today.
stats that support, he's all American on both sides. He won the award for the best defensive player and the best receiver. How y'all don't see it?
I'm just saying, like, okay, hold on.
What up, Law Dog?
Matt Leinart was a beast in college at quarterback. He was a fucking monster. The best.
Do you know who you played with?
Oh man.
You don't want to talk about that, right?
But we talking about one player, but we're not talking about who he played with. Did it translate? Did it translate?
Matt Leinart? No, you know why I didn't? I'm gonna tell you why. Because he played with such amount of great talent in college, just like Marcus Mariota. When he got to the league, when you won these high draft picks, Shador gonna go through the same thing. When you won these high draft picks and you the quarterback of a sorry ass team, it's gonna look like it ain't translating because your players are sorry.
I don't agree with that because Tom Brady made his receivers and out. And
that's not fucking true. Drew Bledsoe had a squad before Tom Brady played. That's how sometimes I gotta question y'all football now.
You didn't know who no damn Danny Amendola was before he got.
No. What I'm saying is the Patriots and Drew. What I'm saying is the Patriots and Drew Bledsoe were winning before he got in there. That's all I'm saying.
It was all right.
That's all I'm saying. You can't say that for the Giants if Shador go there. They were the worst team in the league.
Later, he still didn't have receivers. He was making
what I'm saying, though, bro. That's why it goes back to the LeBron argument. When you come into a league to one of the sorriest teams, hold on, let me cook, bro. When you go to one of the sorriest teams and you're still able to dominate and put up numbers and stand out, you gotta look at that and say, so some players don't get the chance to do that.
Okay.
You gotta give that credit.
What up, Law Dog? What up with you, dog? How you feeling, Law Dog? Get up in this, Law Dog. I know you've been listening. What's up, Law?
Get in here, Log, man. Come on, I need somebody to know something, man. Like, come on, man. The Texans had 2 top 10 draft picks. You know why? They was horrible. TJ Stroud came in and took them to the playoffs. That's greatness. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta credit that type of shit.
I ain't crediting it. I ain't discrediting that. He's a beast. He went in there. They said he couldn't do it.
Some players come in and turn organizations around. Some players don't.
You saying he gonna be able to go 100% both ways in the NFL, bro? And that's crazy, bro. I think
I think he will. Now, is he gonna be great? Is he gonna be great at both of them? I don't know that. But far as can he do it? Oh yeah, he can do that. Sure.
Okay, so now you saying he ain't gonna be great, but that's what we talk about, being productive, being great. We ain't talk about being able to go both.
Hyperbole if you think he gonna come be great at both. That's just hyperbole.
He get cooked for 150 yards and then he get trucked every time she go to tackle somebody.
That's bound to happen. He's gonna get cooked a lot. Shador gonna get sacked a lot. That's how it goes. But to say that what he can't do when we seen players come from different colleges and dominate the league, I think he can do it.
Bro, bro, it's a lot that you got to do that has to go into this shit. You got a whole bunch. Like, how many times we got to go over there? I mean, Alpha he damn near gave us the whole thing. Scouting reports, the playbook. That's a lot to go into that shit, bro.
Yeah, people say the same thing about Shador coming from HBCUs, the Power 5. He wasn't gonna be able to do this. The levels are different. This and that. If you're skillful, no matter what level you're at, we seen it. HBCU guys going 1, 2, or 3 in the NFL draft. If you're on the Colorado team that was 4-8 last year, 9-3. If you're skillful, no matter what level you're at, you will get recognized as one of the best. It's just how it is. Colorado got blowed out. He got blown out the other day.
He could be all right. He'll be all right. He'll be decent. He'll be decent for the short amount of time. We'll see what he do. But you got to be elite. He can't be just going both ways and then being okay at playing both sides of the ball. Because now you switching it. Now you switched it on.
So you expect him to be a Pro Bowler on both sides of the ball.
Are you going to be elite on both sides of the ball, or are you just going to be okay on one side of the ball and elite on the other in the NFL? So you saying that he could play 100% of the snaps and be elite on both sides of the ball? That's your take on that, right?
No,
And
no,
I'm
no, no,
saying
no,
that
no, no, no. That's speaking hyperbole, bro. You can't expect him to be elite on both sides when he first come in the league. You can't
okay.
do that.
So if you just said so, if we just simply saying that he can play both sides of the ball, yeah, he could play both sides of the
No,
ball.
no,
He got
no. I'm saying he can play every snap of an NFL game. That's what
oh
I'm
yeah,
saying.
on both sides. He could play every snap on the NFL game on both sides of the ball.
Sure.
Yeah,
For
he
sure.
could do that.
For
He could
sure.
do that. But
For
can he
sure.
be elite? That's what we're saying. Are you going to be
But let me know.
elite
So you
on both sides?
saying can he get 100 yards on Sauce Gardner and hold Garrett Wilson to 60, 70 yards? Yeah, he can do that. He can do that.
Where's the proof to say that? See, that's
Um,
the thing.
hold
Where's
on,
the proof
wait. There's a receiver. There's a receiver. No matter how horrible his team was, he's still going in the top 5 of the draft. Like Travis Hunter locked him down. His name is Tim McMillan from Arizona. So we know he can lock some of the best receiver
Okay.
talents down.
All right. And
So,
then who lined up across them on defense?
oh, I mean, I can't tell you that, but I know he
That's
balled
my
out.
point. That's my point. That's my point. You gonna know who these niggas is lined up on side of them both ways. You
That's
gonna know
not
who the fuck these
necessarily,
games
not necessarily, not
these
necessarily.
ain't no regular ass motherfuckers. These
You can't
motherfuckers.
tell me, the Miami Dolphins cornerbacks right now. Who play cornerback for the Miami Dolphins right now besides Jalen Ramsey?
Jalen Ramsey. That's who the fuck we
Yeah,
talk about. Oh, Howard
I'm
don't play
saying.
no more. Howard don't play. He ain't playing. Howard ain't playing. But dude,
He's in the
whoever
league
playing,
no more. He's from Houston. I'm in Houston. He ain't in the league no more. I'm talking
okay, he
about.
ain't in the league.
So what's my point? Some of these teams don't have lockdown corners like y'all trying to make it.
But you name it. But nah, okay, I'll give you that. I give you that.
Like, come on, man. Like,
Bro,
really?
hey, I give you that. So a lot of some of these motherfuckers we don't know. But you naming them divisions, if we talking about the AFC East, them motherfuckers got some dogs in the AFC East. Regardless. But do you think hold on. Do you think that motherfucker with no name for the Dolphins is going to line up against Travis Hunter, or is they going to say Jalen Ramsey get his young ass? So you think they're going to have a no name nigga get Travis Hunter? Fuck no.
If he's playing for Jacksonville, if he's playing for Jacksonville, they're gonna have to because Jalen Ramsey gonna have to hold Brian Thomas Jr. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hold on, and that's a good point too, though. And he ain't gonna be motherfucking seeing Noah Fafita's throwing him the ball every week. No, Brennan Sorsby's throwing against Travis Hunter neither, motherfucker. It's gonna be some quarterbacks. Josh Allen, Josh Allen.
Think about this too.
Who else? Who else?
The defense that Travis Hunter played with in Colorado is going to be 10 times better in the NFL. You got to think about that too now.
The who now?
The defense. Colorado defense was trash.
All right, but what did that got to be talking about the NFL though, dog?
No, that's my point. Who's to say that Travis Hunter won't be better at defense now that he's around better defensive players?
He got to hold his spot down. Holding you in the NFL, once you do, you hold your position down. You study that playbook. He got to know that playbook inside and out on defense and offensively. But if he knows that defensive playbook and he's playing his position, that's all you can do in the NFL, right?
Man, out of 25 of the teams right now, Travis Hunter can start at cornerback on 25 NFL.
He got some motherfuckers throwing him that pill though, throwing against him, and some motherfuckers that's catching. They not putting no average motherfucker on Travis Hunter. All the hype that Travis Hunter's going into the NFL with, they not gonna put no name ass motherfucker on him. He's getting everybody's best, their best cornerback and their best receiver. Period. Point blank. That's just how that's going. He's not getting no average ass motherfuckers. That's not happening. And then the games that Malik Neighbors had went off. What games did he go out? Is he balling out in the division real hard against the division? Because I really don't know. I'm actually
all I'm gonna say is he got almost 1,500 receiving yards with no point.
I just don't know if he was doing it like against the Eagles. So start
talking about who's throwing it to him. That's a hell of a case right there. Everybody know the Giants don't got no quarterback. Let's be real, nah.
Nah, but I ain't talking about no fucking Malik Neighbors, right? We talking about Travis. I was just asking about Malik Neighbors.
What I'm saying is, bro, Truckin, I know you watch football. What I'm saying is, I watch football too. What I'm saying is, go around the league, From Brock Bowers at Vegas, to Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, to the Daniel quarterback at Washington. The players that's coming in, the top player, even Michael Penix Jr. look good. Atlanta trash as hell. The players that's coming into this NFL today in the 2023,
I
in
agree.
the NFL is not hard to translate as
They are getting it. They are, and I'm not saying that it. I'm not saying that
Bijan
it's not.
Robinson,
They are balling, bro.
almost 1,500 plus scrimmage yards. Like,
Doing the
and
thing,
these
looking
players that I'm
crazy.
naming, hold on, these players that I'm naming on horrible teams. These not even as players that's playing on good teams, like
I get
Worthy with
that.
the Chiefs.
I
You
get
know what
that.
I'm saying?
I get that. I get
So you gotta give credit to this guy's a Heisman candidate.
that.
He could be one of the biggest flops in the NFL history if he don't come in and be good.
Man is, bro, is that he's going, and there's going to be everybody that can keep up with him in this league, bro. That's all I'm saying. Bijan Robinson is a beast, but he ain't Travis Hunter. Malik Neighbors is Malik Neighbors. He ain't Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying? We seen a whole lot of motherfucking high. We seen Heisman winners go into the league, do their thing for a year, make some good plays. He gonna have some good plays. Travis Hunter's gonna make some good plays. But we also seen him not being so damn well. We seen it happen, bro.
You know why?
Reggie Bush was unfucking toxic on the
get drafted by sorry teams.
Well, okay, but and he's going. Is a sorry team going to pick up Travis Hunter?
Yes, sir. So I'm saying the 8 ball is already against them.
So what's your logic and what I'm saying is if you have we seen Heisman candidates go to sorry teams because they and they went into the league and they didn't do so good. So what you're saying is he's going to go to a sorry team, but and statistics say that there's a chance of him being good and that there's a chance of him not being good, right? So there's a 50-50 chance of him not being successful. Correct or not correct? But we have seen some rookies come in the NFL and translate, but we've seen Heisman's do that too. So is it or not? So there's a 50-50 chance though, right? Right or wrong?
So because he can still make all pro on a sorry team. He still can make all pro. Yeah.
Right. I'm not saying that he's not, but I'm not saying that Travis Hunter is not gonna make all pro. I'm not saying that Travis Hunter is not gonna be
that's what I'm saying. Like Sauce Gardner, the just wasn't that good.
He's gonna have to work. He's going to have to work very hard for this shit. Very hard.
What makes you think he can't do that though?
And then all these other guys that we talking about once again are focused on one side of the ball. They're focused, they're locked into their one position. And as I'll say it again, if Travis Hunter locks in to one position, Travis Hunter will be elite in that position, maybe the best in the NFL. Period. That's all I'm saying. And I said that earlier, and I'll say it again. These guys that we're naming, they're all locked into one position, and they're playing that one position. They're focused on that one position. How to get better in that one position, learning the game from that one position. That, you know what I mean? Seeing the field from that one position, the playbooks, everything, they're all locked in that one position. He gonna have to see the field. He has great field vision already. He can do it. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy for him to do that in the NFL. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. Shit, that's all I ever was saying. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be a cakewalk, him. But go ahead though. Like, go ahead. Like, you go ahead and say what you need to say. But it's going to be hard. That's it. And there's a 50-50 chance that it may pan out and it may not. That's all. It's a hit or miss. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But like, okay, so we got a question. Let me answer this question because we got a question. Great conversation, by the way, too. And great convo, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving the conversation. How about the Patriots get the number 1 pick? And what if they take Shador and shop him around and get some more draft picks? The number 1 draft pick. That's what I would do. If I'm Robert Kraft and Travis Hunter tell me he don't want to play both ways, I'm still going to draft Travis Hunter and get some draft picks for his ass or shop him around because there's not a team who's not going to want him. Period. I'm gonna hold your ass hostage. You don't get what you want in the NFL. This ain't no fucking. I mean, they are being crybabies more or less. You know what I'm saying? But it is a business, and
that's why I disagree with you. The league have changed. Player power movement has changed NFL and the NBA. So that way, hold on. Let me
go ahead. There, go and finish.
Just like you seen NFL owners and and owners and NFL owners having to sell a team like the Panthers and the Clippers and change
Right.
up what normally happen, that
Mm-hmm.
that's have changed. That shit is not the same. So a player can come in and
Mm-hmm.
change your franchise. He can come in and say that offensive coordinator, I don't like him. That coach ain't writing the right plays and get him fired. Like players can do that now. They can
Right.
come and say they can
Huh?
say at the phone for a team and say, yeah, this
Yeah.
is the Patriots, Travis Hunter.
Oh,
No, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to play for y'all. I'd rather go to the Giants or the Jacksonville
yeah.
Jets. Players can do that. So when you're saying that these owners ain't going for shit, it's either listen to themselves tickets and make money or be
Mm-hmm.
one of the worst teams in the league and having to sell your franchise.
My
That's
only
what
pushback on that him is, are these players coming straight out of the draft telling these owners what the fuck they want to do, or is these players going on the NFL field proving what the fuck they could do on the field first and then telling these owners who they would
They
like and
coming
what they
out of
don't
the
like?
draft. They coming out because you got to think about it. Nowadays,
I need
you
an
got players.
example. What
Hold on,
player
hold on,
has?
hold on. I'm finna give it to you. You got to
Okay.
think about it now. Players like Shador and Travis coming in the league with 5, 6 million, 10 million
Okay.
plus.
Yeah, I
So,
get that.
so they coming in powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can tell me whoop the whoop, but he can say also, y'all don't even got a dome. I was not even playing cold weather, so I really don't even want to play for y'all. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
I
So,
get that. I get that, bro.
so
I get
I
that.
think Eli Manning broke the barrier. Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers trade that broke the barrier.
Uh-huh.
And players people don't want to say it because they white and a white man can get away with what he want to get away with. But
That's a fact.
if
That's a
Jameis
fact.
Winston would have done that to Tampa Bay, he probably would have been in the league as long as he is now.
Okay. But that okay, but that what I'm saying is you saying what team you want to go to or not coming into the league, right? But we ain't you just a minute ago you was talking about what coaches and shit. So I'm talking about off of the coach's standpoint. So you talking about what team he want to go to, correct? Because I was a little confused because I was a little
I'm
confused
talking
with that.
about both. This day we're talking about the
You
Giants.
ain't coming into the league demanding about anything about a coach that you don't want to play for. You ain't did shit. No,
Let's just talk
hold
about
on.
the Giants.
No. I just let you go, him. I just let you go. We
I
gotta
didn't
go
finish,
one
but
at a
go
time.
ahead. Wait, I didn't finish, but go ahead. Go ahead.
You ain't finished. You ain't finished, dog.
You
All
said
right.
you need an example. I'm finna give you an example. That's what I'm telling you. You said give you an example when I was
Or
gonna say
because
it.
I'm confused because you saying they could come into the league and they could tell.
No. For instance, like this, I'm finna tell you. Okay, the Giants. You see what they go
Mm-hmm.
to. They drafted Saquon Barkley. Listen to
Right.
the owner. We're not paying a guy 14 million, all that bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So boom. What happened is the nigga went to Philly, ran for 2,000 yards. Now the Giants front office, the whole ownership look as stupid as any organization look when he finna break that record on
Uh-huh.
you in a week. So
Right.
listen to this. You don't think Malik Neighbors can go in that front office and say, if y'all don't draft Travis Hunter, I'm not signing. If y'all don't
Yeah,
draft,
nigga, he can do that now. Nigga, he Malik Neighbors. He just went for 1,400 in the season. Yeah, Saquon Barkley could do that. That's Saquon motherfucking Barkley. He in the league. They already proved themselves in the league. That's where I'm talking from. You talk about from a standpoint of motherfucker. I'ma tell you this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I want off top. And ain't till you
listen,
prove a damn thing.
the Giants might end up with Cam Ward on the strength of how much power Shador Sanders have. Is what I'm saying.
It's like okay.
He can go anywhere besides the Giants and make the Giants take that nigga Cam Ward.
And that part of it, I said, okay, and that part of it of what you're saying right there, right then and there, I'm saying if you're saying what team you choosing to go to when you first coming into the league, yeah, you can botch the interviews, you can say whatever, you could tell them in the interviews, I don't want to come to your team, you could fuck up the whole interview, make it go bad, and try to get to the team you want to go to. But when you're talking about making moves, of you know what I mean? I don't want this coach and this and that. Like, what the fuck? Like, hell no, nigga. You gotta prove yourself first, nigga.
If Shador Sanders to get drafted by the Giants and he going in and tell Jim Moore, the owner, I think I want Pat Shermer as my head coach. I don't like Cristobal. You don't think they're gonna fire Cristobal ass for Shador Sanders?
Not
You
yet.
really think that?
Not yet.
Now you
Not
tripping.
yet. Hell no, you gotta prove yourself first, bro. You can't just come in like that, bro, and just think you're gonna do what you do. Especially after I seen your ass in that bowl game versus BYU, fucking taking sacks that you shouldn't have took. Y'all was about to kick a fucking 20-yard field goal, and now we kicking a fucking 40 something yard field goal. You making decisions like that? You lead the motherfucking. You got more sacks than you got touchdowns. Hell no, nigga. You ain't coming in here telling me you gonna pay for this motherfucking coach. And then if it don't work out, I'll get you a new coach. But motherfucker, right now, I own your ass.
What you're not saying is he still threw for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns with that horrible offensive line.
And I get it, and I get that, and I understand that. But what I'm saying is you not. If I'm an NFL owner, I'm not. You're not. Like, if you don't want to come here, you don't want. But that still don't necessarily have to stop the NFL that owner to stop them from drafting them, because like dude was just saying, there's stock in drafting a player like that. How many other teams want Shedeur Sanders or can use a Shedeur Sanders, whether it's a backup sitting on the bench or not? So if I can draft Shedeur Sanders and get fucking this year's first round, next year's first round, it's first and second round pick, hell yeah, let me get that. You want Shedeur Sanders that bad? Let me get that, motherfucker. All right, boom. All right, bye. You going to the team you going to. I got what I wanted. I'll settle to go ahead and get me a top-notch, the best offensive tackle or the best offensive lineman in the draft, and then go ahead and grab up a Jackson Dart or Cal McCord and have him sit on the bench or whoever the fuck.
This is what you're wrong at.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm speaking from the point of a NFL GM and what you're going to tell, like, it still doesn't have to stop them from drafting. If you got the number one pick, you got the number one pick. See, Eli Manning told him he didn't want to play for him, but we missing out the fact that they traded that pick. They traded that pick to the Chargers.
So you're missing a point. These are two players that's coming out. It's like, hold on. These are two players that's coming out. It's like we'll probably never see a Shedeur Sanders until Bryce Underwood in another 4 years, or even then. We might not see another player at this good. See, whether you like it or not, whether he gets sacked or not, the way he throw the ball with the competition that he's playing against, with what he's playing with, you gotta give him credit and say he's very elite.
He is good. I'm not saying that's.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me figure every time. Okay, so what I'm saying is that it's easier for you to say what an NFL team might do in past year's draft, but when you got a player that won a Golden Arm Award and accurate as hell, all these quarterbacks, even Tom Brady and everybody tell you he's very accurate, and you got a player like Travis Hunter who's won the best defensive player, best receiver, the Heisman and shit. You got those type of players. This is not like a draft. This draft might be one of the best drafts we see in a long time, bro.
Right. I
a lot of players coming out
and a lot of shit. So if I can go ahead, if I got offensive line problems, right, and the quarterbacks is, so there's not a super tremendous drop off to me from watching the quarterback play. I know Shedeur, he could do a lot, but there's some other quarterbacks that I think that may be able to slip in the draft that I think that can get the job done. And that's what I want. But if I know I got offensive line problems, I probably could take an offensive lineman and then get me a decent quarterback. Like I heard it earlier from Alf Roos, from like Jackson Dart. You know what I'm saying? I can go and grab somebody like that. I can do that. Listen, I'm saying what I can do from a G. I don't know. We don't know. We're just speculating on whether Shedeur is going to go or first or second or not.
But what I'm saying, you're misunderstanding me. What I'm saying is Jackson Dart wasn't picked to be a first rounder last year. Shedeur Sanders were picked to be a late first rounder.
Okay. All right. So he's a first round pick.
Hold on. Understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that these players are so good that teams that might need an offensive line still would draft these players. That's what I'm saying.
They still draft players, and these players can tell the GM, Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter can tell the GM whether they want to go to the team or not. Anybody can do that. You don't got to be Shedeur Sanders or Travis Hunter to do that. Anybody can do that. Tell you what team you don't want to go to, botch your interview. Absolutely, they can do that. Anybody can do that, but they're not telling them who to grab and what they're not doing. And coaches, they're not changing no coaches. That's where this conversation even began at. Because you talk about they could tell them to get a new offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. That shit ain't happening until they could prove what they can do on a NFL field.
Then Chicago Bears coach got fired, didn't
They proving what they can do on a NFL
he? Didn't
field.
Taylor Williams, the
Period.
#1 draft pick
Period.
coach, get fired? Yes or no?
Was it because of Caleb Williams?
It's
Did
because
Caleb
of the
Williams tell
offense
them
they was running. It's because of the offense and the scheme they
Did
was
Caleb
running.
Williams tell them that? Did Caleb Williams tell them that?
No,
That's
but
what I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying,
No,
they
but
fired
you
him
said
to pick
that with
a
Shador
quarterback.
Sanders can tell the owner to fire the head coach, and he gonna do it. That's what you said. That's not what I said. You can rewind the tape.
Yes, that's what I said. If Cristobal makes Shador try to go under center and do stuff that don't suit his game, the Giants will fire Cristobal before they get rid of Shador. That's all
Okay,
I'm
but
saying.
is that Shador Sanders? But see, that's different now. Okay, that makes more
No, they're
sense.
not gonna say a player told him to fire. They're not gonna say that. But we
said.
all know that players get coaches fired.
That's what you said, though, dog. Because you was talking about can Malik Neighbors go to the? Yeah, they probably could because them motherfuckers are proven in the NFL. Shador and Travis ain't proved shit in the NFL just yet. You know what I'm saying? But could they? But will they go ahead and try to hire somebody that fits their skill set? Probably. That's different than what you're saying, though, than what you said earlier. You know what I'm saying? That's totally different, though. It is, and that right there may be yes.
Right, you saying it's different, but the understanding.
Hold on.
Yes, go ahead.
If I'm going to draft a player and I know he has problems with going under center, you know what I'm saying, and I can get another offensive coordinator that fits his skill set, that's pretty good. Yes, I probably would make that change if I'm a NFL, if I'm a owner or a GM. I probably would make that change to the offensive coordinator that better suits my quarterback. But my quarterback making that change, that's not happening. But go ahead, say what you was gonna say now. Go ahead.
Because the way you're saying it, I agree. But the common denominator, what you're missing, is that you're not saying you're right. Some players have the power to come in and change things around.
Oh, you want me to say? Oh, you right. You right.
No. I'm just. I'm not. I don't want you to say it. I'm just saying, basically, like I say, when I'm talking sports debate, I go off factual information. I don't go off personal feelings. We have seen some players, basketball, NFL, baseball. If they don't, if you invest, then we'll get to the invested part in. If you invest your franchise in all that in this one player and over the training camp years, like who was it? One of them players say the coach didn't even hardly talk to the quarterback. It was Jamarcus Russell. Russell. Look at that document. Look at that documentary. He said, sometimes, man, you go in there, some of them coaches don't even talk to you. He said, man, it took for them to see that it wasn't me, it was the coach. Now, you're right. Some organizations are ran by slave owners and black and believe in power over players. Like the Texas owner said, the prisoner's not going to run to jail. I get all that. But what I'm telling you is that elite talent player-wise, there's something. If you finna invest all this money into this #1 pick, you got to listen to what he say. Or what's the point of drafting him? You understand what I'm saying?
I get where you're going at, bro. Look, you right. You're going to best suit your #1 pick. You're going to invest in your pick the right way because you want your ROI out of that. If you're going to put your investment in something, you want your ROI. So anything that you have to do to get your ROI on that investment, you're going to make sure that's done. That's with anything in life, I believe. I believe that's the smartest way to do things, right? Period, point blank, whether it's a player, whether it's life, right? Yeah. So yeah, you're right about that. But all I'm saying is, and where I'm coming at is, if you're going to go in there and try to he's not making that decision. I believe the owner is going to make that decision. That's hands down.
So let me bring it to a different way then. Let me bring it to a different way. You don't think Shador Sanders can go in the front office when he gets drafted and say, I saw y'all receiving crew. We need to draft Jimmy Horn because he's better than most of what y'all got. You don't think they're going to look to him?
He got to prove something to them a little bit, something on our field or something. He got to prove to that team. He got to make some.
It don't work like that no more, bro. It don't work like that no more. The lead is what they call it. player, what they call it. It's some
I
word
think
I'm looking for.
I know what you're talking. Player
These
empowerment.
leagues are ran by the players now. They're not ran by the
Bro.
owners.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, bro. I'm not disagreeing with you with that part as far as that, bro. All I'm saying is you have to be proven in that league to do that. You got to be
Not no
proven.
more. Not no more, bro.
You can't come in and just do that shit,
If
bro.
your franchise is known for having,
Hell,
hold on. If your franchise is known for having horrible after horrible top 5 pick seasons, you do not have to prove nothing.
all right,
What do
all
you
right, all right. I ain't gonna say that because I know, and all right, I'll even go as far as giving you this, bro. The saying you right with this, bro. Some organizations will let that shit fly. Some of them ain't. You ain't going to Pittsburgh doing that bullshit. You ain't going to Cleveland doing that bullshit. You ain't going to Baltimore doing that bullshit. You ain't going to Cincinnati doing that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Some organizations might let that fly. But all the organizations in the NFL, hell no. No, I'm
That's
not
a
going to
fact.
agree with that.
Trucking. You're right, Trucking. Trucking, what you just said is 100% correct. But Trucking, think about the organizations we're talking about. We're talking
Right.
about the ones who are struggling win, ticket sales, number one jersey seller. We're talking about the Patriots. Tom Brady left, hasn't been good. The Giants hasn't been good. We're talking about the Panthers. We're talking about We're talking about teams that need anything possible to get what Jaden Daniels is doing in Washington right
I
now.
just
You
don't
see
know
what
what
Jaden
the
Daniels is
NFL
doing in
is.
Washington?
You gotta be proven, man. You gotta be proven, man. Like it's tough to say that because some of them teams, bro. I said you right with some of them teams. I could see some of them teams doing some of that shit, but I can't see like a lot of them doing that. Like Robert Kraft, like I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna get Robert Kraft to do some shit like that, bro. He old, but that motherfucker business savvy. I don't know if you're gonna be able to
Yeah,
move like
you
that
gotta think
over on
about it.
the bro.
Yeah,
I
but you
mean,
talk
like
about somebody he used to winning. He haven't
or
been winning
now,
of late.
okay, so you suggesting a receiver? Maybe. I guess that's what they're doing, right? So they're suggesting I get a new receiver or something like that. But they're going to do that anyway. We're probably going to try to do that anyway. If they take Shador Sanders, they're probably yes. If he says, "Yo, I got a tremendous connection with Jimmy Horn Jr." You say if you could get him as an undrafted or a 7th round pick, I could see that happening. I could see that happening. So yeah, some organizations, I think that's some other organizations that can happen. But most of man, I don't know, bro. You got to be proven, and you still might have to be proven to do that. Because I mean, we seen it get done. We seen we like in the Cincinnati. I didn't think that they would go for that, but Joe Burrow came in the league. He did what he had to do. He came in the league, balled the fuck out. Then he went to the front. Y'all get me a receiver. Period. They got him a receiver immediately. You know what
But
I'm saying?
even if you're hypocrite yourself, because if he come in the league and he don't work out,
How am I
it's
hypocrite
almost.
myself?
Hold on, wait, no. I might have misworded it. What I'm trying to say is, either way it go, they gotta listen to him because if he come in the league and don't work out, they still gotta ask him, what do you need for you to be successful? And they gotta listen to him. Correct?
But that's a difference. That's that them asking him and them making those moves is totally different than him going and
No, it's
demanding.
not because they can say what the way that we're telling you why. If they say the way that we're telling you is not working, and he gonna say, yeah, because y'all giving me this offense and these receivers, it's not gonna work with that.
But you saying
It's the
them
same thing.
commanding that. Yes, I already agree with you and told you was right as far as you wanting to make sure that you get your ROI off of your investment. So you're going to do whatever you have to do to make sure that this works. Because when you're drafting, it's just like the lottery. I don't know if he's gonna hit or not hit in the NFL. So yes, I'm gonna do anything I can do to try to make this work for him. So me going to him and asking, yeah, hey, Shador, you know what I mean? Do you think what receivers will work good with you? I'm about to pick up T Mac from Arizona. Do you think I should go with T Mac or you know what I mean? Or is T Mac good? How's your relationship with T Mac? Blah blah blah. That's different than him actually going in as a fucking rookie and then just straight telling them what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's different, bro. And that is totally different. Like you going into an office demanding some shit is different from them sitting down and you coming to some kind of compromise and talking about what do you need to make this work. That is different, bro. A demanding and asking is two different things, bro. You demanding somebody go sit your ass in the motherfucking corner, or do you want to go sit in the corner? Is that a difference? Is that a difference? Yes, it is. It absolutely is, bro. It is. Like no way, shape, or form. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think it was a good conversation. I like you coming up here. You need to come up here more often. Need to come and chill with me more often, for real, because I dig the conversation. But yeah. So with that being said, you think so? I'm already knowing that you with the Buffalo go him. You saying that Shador Sanders stock is still where it's at. I believe that too. Even with that so performance he put up with BYU, I think he'll still be a top 10 pick. I don't think that I heard him, but to be honest, I think Cam Ward showed better in the last game. Even with that being said, but I'm assuming that you think Shador Sanders will slide off the board before Cam Ward, right? That's what
Yeah,
you're
see,
going with.
when I had these conversations, even with any sport we're talking about, what people have to understand is that
What's up? You went out, bro. Your mic muted.
my fault. What you people have to understand is that the simple fact of Miami have NFL talent on their offensive line, and receivers. The point I'm trying to make to you is that if you put Shador Sanders on Miami, he will look way better. Is what I'm trying to say.
Hold up, hold on.
If you put Cam Ward with the Buffaloes scrambling for his fucking life, I don't think he'll be as good.
Hold on. So this offensive line ain't have trouble with all the games they won. This the same offensive line that they was winning with.
No. Hold on, Trucking. Before you get off subject, what I'm saying is Miami have NFL caliber offensive linemen who might get drafted. Colorado has no one on that offensive line who is sniffing the NFL draft. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So what I'm saying is that when you start talking about players, keep in mind Shador is basically playing with a bunch of second, third string scraps and a good receiving core. Cam Ward played with one of the best running backs, Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
He played with good receivers, a good offensive line, had all the time in the world. He just standing back there. You see that game the other day? He just standing there all the time in the world. Shador Sanders never had that time, bro.
I'm glad you said that, right? Because now this leads into something that, like, now I know this is a little off, but I'm glad you said that. So let's put Travis Hunter on San Jose State, and then you put Nash on the Buffs.
We already did. That conference. Hold on, wait. That conference that Nash played in is basically HBCU. We seen what Travis Hunter can do at the HBCU level.
No, but well, we see. I know. I'm just saying. You like that. That's the difference, though. Hold on. You said it. I didn't say it. You said it. You pointed it out to me. The offensive line is like now it matters when it fits, when it kind of fits what you want to say and what your narrative is. See, that's what a lot of people be doing out here. See, when a
narrative about Shador and the offensive line.
Yeah, I know, but we talking about players. You talking about a player in the offensive line, and then I'm talking about a player on on the same team, the same differences. We talking about players. That's it. We talking about players swapping them and putting them on different teams. You saying put Shador on Miami and put Cam on the Bucks with that offensive line being that way. But the thing is, and my pushback is the offensive line ain't have no problems when they was whooping everybody's ass. See, we've been talking about the offensive line being bad.
Trucking, that's casual talking. And that's why when I had these conversations with people, I want people to understand what I'm saying is. That what you're saying is partly true. But I think what people is overlooking that Shador and Travis was so good, along with Western and the rest of those receivers, that people didn't understand that 20 yards rushing a game, 8 sacks a game. Now people don't understand how bad that shit really is because they got 2 players that's top 10 caliber players. But
So
if
you saying
really
even when they was winning,
their offensive line is hard, and the defense. The defense is trash too, but they were putting up so many points, so dynamic in offensive passing that you don't see how bad the defense is and how bad the offensive line is.
damn. No, 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 no. I ain't gonna let y'all do that, man. I can't let y'all do that, man. I
Man, how
can't
many
let
rushing
y'all.
yards they had against BYU?
I can't let y'all do that, man. I cannot let y'all be coming out here and saying that they bad now because they took a L. Fuck no. I'm not
No,
gonna
no,
let
no,
y'all
no, no,
keep y'all
no,
do
no, no,
that.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
When they played the good teams, they were supposed to beat. They lost to them because Nebraska offensive line, defensive line killed them. Kansas State, Kansas, BYU, all those teams that I just named were
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be and rank top 25,
Mm-hmm.
and Kansas just fell off. But when they play elite caliber defensive lines, they lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they
They
did.
lost.
They lost.
They
But I thought
lost.
but yeah, they pulled a game off against Baylor. I thought even Baylor being the way they were, I
See
thought
how
Baylor
they
had a
win? Listen to
goddamn
what
they
you
had
just
an
said.
elite D line too.
Listen to what you just said. You see how they beat Baylor with a Hail Mary and
Yeah,
Travis Hunter making the game
I'm glad
winning,
you
the
said
best
that.
player in the
I'm glad.
country. Like, come on, man. They didn't beat Baylor. They took a miracle to beat Baylor.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, him. I'm glad you said it. See, I'm thinking you a super fan coming out here saying that, but that's crazy though. Like, so the
I
same
talk
problems
sports,
been the
bro.
same problems. The same
I
problems
talk
been the
sports,
same problems
bro.
whether they was winning or losing throughout. Even
Now
throughout
next
they
year,
win, that offensive line was still the same way. It was still bad. You know what I'm
still
saying?
hard.
And,
They
you
were
know,
just Jordan Travis got the Golden Globe Award and the best receiver. They was just so good that people overlooked how bad they really was. You
uh,
understand what I'm saying?
yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I definitely get what you understand. I definitely get what you're saying. I just hope that you get what I'm saying. I saw, hey y'all, man, we gonna end it like that, man. That was a great conversation here, man. You got to come back up here, bro. Because you give me some pushback, and I like that conversation we had, even though he's yelling back and forth. That's what it is, though. That's what it is. Salute, bro. Salute, salute, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all shared the stream and all that, man. I appreciate y'all out here, dog, for real. I really do, man. I really appreciate y'all tuning in and watching me, man, because I don't have to support me at all, man. So it mean a lot for real. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to tell y'all that because I don't get to tell y'all that much often. And I need to start putting my cash app up because I do accept donations, motherfucker.
Hey, nah, for sure. Appreciate you, trucking, bro. I
Yeah.
appreciate the conversation, man. You
Hey,
know what I'm saying? I don't want
word.
y'all to understand, bro. I talk sports. I'm not a fan. I like Colorado, but I watch sports and I talk it. And I'm telling
Word.
you from a point of view of history, stats, I never
Mm-hmm.
go off personal feelings, bro. Never.
Word.
And I appreciate you.
Word.
Keep the room going, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you too, though, bro. Appreciate y'all up out there, man. Another Truck and Chubby production with the fam. Appreciate Alpha Root coming up, Cliff coming up, Jose in the comments, KMS 929, Alpha Root, Rose Cran, what up? What up? Kenobi, what up? Everybody that tuned in, man. I appreciate y'all. And that's all I can say, man. Peace.